Drive home in the right lane. Live and local with Southwest Florida's Trey Radel.
Democratic mayors and governors shutting down businesses while they go and get their hair done, while they go and fine dine, while they go wherever the hell they want.
Helping you get home right. The drive begins at 5. Trey Radel is local and live. Tonight, 5 to 8 on 92.5 Fox News. Right, all along.
Help DEA keep our community safe and healthy by participating in National Prescription Drug Take-Back Day, Saturday, October 23rd. Take action right in your own home by cleaning out your family medicine cabinet of unused and expired prescription drugs. Keep them safe, clean them out, take them back. To find a collection site near you, visit DEATakeback.com. Do your part to lower overdose deaths and prevent prescription drug misuse before it starts. That's DEATakeback.com.
There's a lot of confusion about how to protect yourself from COVID, with guidelines and regulations changing by the week. One thing is certain. You need an accurate thermometer for your family to check for fever, the leading sign of flu and COVID. Only the Exergen Temporal Scanner Thermometer has been proven accurate in more than 100 clinical studies. Don't rely on non-contact thermometers. They have no scientific studies behind them and can miss the fever that might mean COVID. Learn more at Exergen.com.
In the morning and at night, we're the station that gets it right. 92.5 WFSX Estero. Fox News. Right, all along.
And that's because of the supply being withheld by OPEC.
As for supply chain issues inflating a lot of other prices, the president told a CNN town hall he would consider using the National Guard. The White House later backtracked on that, saying that was not being planned. The president was also asked about Taiwan, saying the U.S. would defend the island if attacked. Well, China is reacting. Fox's Simon Owen has this live.
Dave, China says it has no room for compromise or concessions when it comes to its territorial integrity. The government in Beijing said the U.S. should avoid sending what it called the wrong signals to pro-independence leaders in Taiwan. China claims the island as its own. President Biden's remarks were notable because the U.S. typically stops short of explicitly promising to defend Taiwan if China attacked. Dave?
Simon, the CDC has given final approval for booster shots
to Moderna's COVID vaccine for people over 65 and those with health issues. They also recommend anyone who got the Johnson & Johnson vaccine get a booster.
Fox's Jill Nato. The search for Brian Laundrie has ended. Human remains found with his belongings at a nature reserve in Florida identified as his.
And local authorities say it was mainly bones that were recovered, not flesh. Keep in mind, Brian Laundrie went missing from his home about more than a month ago, so it really could have been several weeks that body was exposed to the elements and to animals.
Fox's Steve Harrigan in Northport, Florida. Laundrie was a person of interest in fiancee Gabby Petito's death. A shooting on a movie set in New Mexico.
Actor Alec Baldwin fires a prop gun, striking 2 crew members, leaving at least 1 dead and another injured.
Fox's Jackie Ibanez. Baldwin was seen in tears on the set of Rust, which he's starring in. He was questioned, not charged. America's listening to Fox News.
From early morning to late at night, the station that gets it right is 92.5 WFSX Estero. Fox News. Right, all along.
This update is presented by Johnston Spinal Care, the leader in spinal decompression. Find them online at 596back.com.
Wink News, traffic.
Good morning. We have a crash we're keeping an eye on along Meadow Road right off Harold Avenue south in Lehigh Acres. Not too bad as far as delays go on Meadow. Even State Road 82 nearby looking pretty clear early on this morning. No delays up and down I-75 and US 41 for your main highway drive across Southwest Florida. Our area bridges in and out of Cape Coral and North Fort Myers running up to speed at about 2 to 3 minutes in each direction. And Alligator Alley, if you're taking a trip toward the East Coast, looking good at a little over an hour from the toll plaza at Collier Boulevard all the way out to the entrance to Broward County. That's your up-to-the-minute traffic. I'm Therese O'Shea. Wink News now.
Wink Weather Authority.
Well, happy Friday after another pleasant start to the day. Look for a mix of sun and clouds throughout this afternoon. Another warm and slightly more humid day today with temperatures back to 90 degrees. We'll have to watch out for some areas of isolated rain and even some thunderstorms, mainly south of the river. That includes Lee and Collier County, especially after 4 p.m. today and lingering on into the early evening hours. Things wind down as we head into tonight. Saturday off to another dry, mild start with a low near 72 degrees. 90 for your daytime high tomorrow with some isolated afternoon storms, mainly south. Yet again, those rain chances prices bump up a little bit more for Sunday to end out the weekend. I'm Wink News Weather Authority meteorologist Casey Sherman.
There's a reason they call tasteless, stale food leftovers. Feed your brain the right way. 92.5 Fox News. Right. All along.
True relief for back and neck pain.
Did you play golf or tennis today and wish that you didn't have to deal with the back or neck pain? Do you feel hesitant to swing all the way through or run across the court because of pain? People just assume they have to live with it or just get epidurals. They are wrong. People look at it from the wrong perspective. Most people only think about treating the symptoms and not the cause. At Johnson Spinal Care 596 Back, we treat the cause using non-surgical spinal decompression. Now available for anyone, not just the injured or professional athletes. Spinal decompression is a safe, non-surgical treatment that takes pressure off the nerves and discs, increasing blood circulation, allowing the back to heal. Safe, long-lasting results for sciatica, stenosis, scoliosis, herniated discs, or even failed back surgery. Don't suffer. Call my Medicare-friendly office today for a free telephone consultation. Johnson Spinal Care, 596 Back, 596 BACK. That's 596-2225.
We believe in better. A better way to invest, a better way to serve you, and a better result. We can help you determine how much risk you're taking, red flags that could be potential problems for you, how much you're paying in fees or commissions, potential tax liability, or even how to address Social Security.
Tune in to WealthWorks Radio with Eric Carney every Sunday morning at 9 a.m. on 92.5 Fox News Radio.
Goodbye, pests. I'll see you later. I call National. Hey, exterminators. For $46 to kill rodents and bugs. 239-46 no bug.
Shoo-ba-doo-wop, ooh.
Call the boys at National Exterminators at 239-46-NO-BUG or visit them online at pestcontrolmadeeasy.com for all your pest control needs.
Bugs, termites, rodents, even attic insulation. Better service, better prices, no contract.
Goodbye, pests. I'll see you later. I call National. Hey, exterminators. For $46 to kill rodents and bugs. 239-46 no bug.
Shoo-ba-doo-wop, ooh.
Call the boys at National Exterminators at 239-46-NO-BUG or visit them online at pestcontrolmadeeasy.com for all your pest control needs.
Bugs, termites, rodents, even attic insulation. Better service, better prices, no contracts.
From 92.5 Fox News.
It's the stuff Southwest Florida is talking about.
It's Daybreak. Now, here's the guy at the epicenter of what's important to those of us who live in Southwest Florida. Drew Steve.
Well, good morning, Southwest Florida. Glad you're here. 239-479-5592, the talking text line, streaming live. DrewSteele.com. That's the website. Steele has 3 E's, to go there to subscribe to the podcast and watch the program. Coming up this morning, a lot to talk about, including the governor of the state of Florida is saying, listen, don't tread on Florida, everybody. Do not tread on Florida. A new meme. I love it. Have you seen it yet? Have you seen the Don't Tread on Florida meme? He puts that out after calling for a special session to ban vaccine mandates. We're going to get into more detail on that. Matt Caldwell is going to join us at 8:05. We're going to really dig in, and we'll talk about it coming up in just a little bit because, listen, you are ultimately winning. You do have people that are fighting for you, and you are fighting for yourself as well and the protection of your freedoms, your liberty, and your kids. And there's some news on that as well, because Attorney General Merrick Garland had an opportunity to kind of clarify things when it comes to the domestic terrorists that apparently you are for showing up at school board meetings. And, you're a little passionate. And, people don't like that. The National School Board Association doesn't like that. Teachers' unions don't like that. There are a lot of people that don't like that. And so in order to stop you, in order to have you stop doing things like that, like showing up at a school board meeting, maybe we put a little pressure on you, make you feel like you're a criminal in some way, shape, or form, which you're not. But if they do that, then ultimately you kind of think twice about showing up. No. We double and triple down, and we'll be showing up even more. So what did Attorney General Merrick Garland have to say about that yesterday? It may or may not shock you what you're about to hear this morning, in case you missed it. So we'll get to that. Some more shocking stuff out there is the President of the United States doing a town hall trying to explain to everybody about the Build Back Better program and gas prices and what else?
True international effort to pressure.
Just making all the sense needed to get through and guide us through another Friday here in Southwest Florida and across the country as we are ready for good things to take. I mean, there is a plethora, a myriad amounts of there's a ton of stuff that you could look at with this administration and say, well, you can't really say it. The positive stuff, it's hard to find the positives. It is Jake Day, so it's Friday, so that's a good thing. Jake is completely checked out right now, so I won't be checking in with him very often because I don't want to wake him up. It seems like this is the place for him to kind of relax and take it easy, right? Do you want to check in just 1 second? Let's check in with Jake.
Yeah, I have a sleeping bag over here.
Yeah, is that what that is? I wasn't sure what that was.
Yeah, I told everybody you guys were bringing me in food.
Who'd you say that
Yesterday
to?
on Trey's show, Trey brought me some Vienna sausages. The
Ah.
Libby's, though, not the Armor. The Libby's, the old school ones.
Why is there a difference? What's the difference?
They're just like cheaper.
So in other words, he brought you. Why did he bring you a Vienna sausage? Just because he knows that, or he's worried about your nutritional intake, or is it because why didn't he bring you the pickled eggs that you love so much? See, I would bring you pickled eggs because I know that's your soft spot. That's your soft little. But he brings you Vienna sausage, which is kind of like a cheap imitation of somebody who cares about you.
It's basically dog treats, yeah.
Yeah. That is not true. If you are somebody who has Vienna sausage for breakfast or enjoys it, send your cards and letters, care of this station, to Jake, and he'll make sure that it's filed away. And Trey cares about you. By the way, if you don't know, the evening program with Trey Radel, Jake the Millennial has been filling in for the non-lovely and talented Ian Hicken, who's been on vacation all week. And so you've been pulling double duty. So and that's why today you actually get the moment to relax a little bit. Check out.
Yeah, mentally, I don't even remember what we were talking about.
Yeah. Okay. Well, we're gonna move on now. So we're gonna remind you what we're talking about. Today's show might be with a headline prefaced by saying, before we even get into the topics, is how is it that you have so many Democrats, so many liberals in this country that have absolutely no problem lying to you? Completely lie. They'll just say it to your face. They don't have an issue with it. Too many examples of it. They've done it before. It's like, and then they get a pat on the back and an attaboy or attagirl or I don't know what the pronoun would be, or atta it. Something like that. The point is that they lie, and they do it to your face, and they don't have a problem with it, and you can't call them out on it. And it's almost as if they're just pretty much giving you the bird, whatever you want to say, because the bird is the word. It's that should be the song. That should be the song for Democrats. The Democrat song should be "The Bird Is the Word." Do you know "The Bird Is the Word"? Do you remember that song?
Yeah, Peter Griffin.
Yep, Peter Griffin. What do you mean? What does that mean?
Peter Griffin, Family Guy?
He did the bird is
the word?
No, I don't.
Some people get that.
Okay, well, look it up and tell me, because the bird, the bird is the word. Basically,
exactly
that's
the same thing.
Because that's what Democrats do. They flip that to you. That's their song. And maybe we'll start playing every time we talk about Democrats. Maybe we'll just say that, and it'll be like our inside little joke here, or reality, which is they flip you the bird because that's what they think about you, because they don't care what you think, because they're going to do what they want to do, because they're totalitarians or communists, socialists, Marxists, all of those things. Now, what do I mean? Is there any proof or any evidence or anything that I can talk about with regard to that? Oh, I got a lineup for you today. Let's start with this one. Here's a beauty. Let's go back to this.
Dr. Fauci, do you still support funding of the NIH funding of the lab in Wuhan?
Senator Paul, with all due respect, you are entirely and completely incorrect that the NIH has not ever and does not now fund gain of function research.
The bird, the bird is the word. Do we have that? Go. You can't do it. Okay. The bird. There's a lie for you right there, because they're just flipping you off. And when we find out yesterday that is an absolute lie, that Fauci has lied, I know it's a shock to many of you. Some of you are just going to be beside yourself. Some of you who have been listening to the to Lord Fauci to the King. When the King Fauci speaks, everybody listens. I know I wasn't even prepared for that, which is really bad. Hold on, should I do that again? Here we go. It's a King Fauci speaks. Documents. All right. Documents released yesterday by the National Institute of Health appear to contradict previous claims by the EcoHealth Alliance regarding the subject of experiments on bat coronaviruses in Wuhan, raising further questions on whether U.S. government funding contributed to so-called gain-of-function research. So there's more news about the gain-of-function research, and apparently Fauci lied, because now the NIH and a top official there admitted in a Wednesday letter that the U.S. did fund so-called gain-of-function research in Wuhan, and that the U.S. nonprofit which conducted it, EcoHealth Alliance. So imagine this. You've got Dr. Fauci and the NIH that's like, we don't do gain-of-function research. We're not funding that. Hey, can you do me a favor? Can you give some of this money over to EcoHealth Alliance? You know, they're the ones that'll do it. You know, we won't do it. We'll just fund them, and then they will fund the gain of function. See how that works? EcoHealth Alliance, led by controversial Peter Daszak, failed to report that they had created a bat coronavirus which could infect humans. And we come to find out because a representative, James Comer, did some work on this, looked it up, did some FOIA requests, and got it. A limited experiment to determine whether spike proteins from naturally occurring bat coronaviruses circulating in China were capable of binding to the human ACE2 receptor in a mouse model. You don't need to know the details on how bat viruses work necessarily. All you need to know is Fauci lied at the bird, at the bird. We don't have that. You still don't have it. You still don't have it? Come on now, help me out. I know you were just sleeping on the floor, and I know you just woke up with a Vienna sausage in your mouth. But, so there you go. Fauci lies. They just don't care. EcoHealth failed to report the finding and has been given 5 days now to submit, quote, any and all unpublished data from the experiments and work conducted under the NIH grant. A grant, you know, money that's given to fund gain-of-function research, which, of course, Dr. Fauci says is an absolute lie, which we know now that he's a liar because the bird is the bird. I see how that works? Because that's what they flip you with, because they just don't care. Because they have no problem lying to your face. And again, we're supposed to follow these folks right off right into the loving arms of bureaucrats that are here to help, that are here to make sure that everybody is vaxxed up, whether you want to be or not, that all you kids have to be vaxxed up, even though the science and the data would suggest that they don't need to be vaxxed up between ages 5 and 11, but that doesn't make a difference because we tell you, and also some other weirdness. Why is it, Jake? Does it seem strange to anybody? It was Dave Rubin who brought this up the other day on his show. Somebody has to explain this. It just seems really odd. And on the heels of all of this, why is every single show, every lib-leaning program in media sponsored by Pfizer?
Good Morning America is brought to you by Pfizer.
CBS Health Watch sponsored by Pfizer.
Anderson Cooper 360. Brought to you by Pfizer.
ABC News Nightline. Brought to you by Pfizer. Making a difference. Brought to you by Pfizer.
CNN Tonight. Brought to you by Pfizer.
This is a little weird, right? You just got to get the message out. It's brought to you by the bird. Okay, I'll get it.
Delays up and down I-70.
Okay, anyway. What was that? Therese is ready to go. All right, let's take a break. Go ahead, take a break. Because it seems like she's, all right, hold on a second. Therese is ready to do traffic. 239-479-5592. All right, when we come back, what the governor said yesterday, listen, don't tread on Florida. I'm telling you, we want a special session here in the state. We're going to ban vaccine mandates. No mandates. So what is he talking about? What does this mean? We'll get into that coming up. And also, school boards. Come on now. Do school board members really think that you're a domestic terrorist? Do they really want to teach CRT in schools? We should ask the questions. And what does the Attorney General, Merrick Garland, think about you and you being a domestic terrorist? I mean, is that what he's thinking? Well, we'll find out. His words. Coming up. Stay break. 92.5 Fox News, right all along. All right, Therese, here we go. Therese O'Shea's got your traffic.
Good morning. Off to a crash-free commute so far this morning across Southwest Florida. You have no delays up and down I-75 early on as well. 41 looking pretty quiet for that highway drive so far this morning. If you're taking a trip toward the East Coast along Alligator Alley or the East Trail, both are running up to speed. And our area bridge is still pretty quiet for this time of day. The midpoint only taking you about 2-3 minutes to cross from Cape Coral into Fort Myers, and similar conditions on the Cape Coral Bridge as well. That's your up-to-the-minute traffic. I'm Teresa O'Shea. Wink News now.
Wink Weather Authority.
Happy Friday. Another warm and more humid day today as temperatures climb back to near 90 degrees after a pleasant start to this morning. We will have to look out for some isolated areas of rain and perhaps even some thunderstorms south of the river today. Collier-Lee County will have the best chance of seeing that, mainly after 4 p.m. this afternoon. Saturday, Sunday, both featuring chances for storms with highs remaining near 90 degrees. I'm Wink News Weather Authority meteorologist Casey Sherman.
92.5 Fox News. Right. All along.
This Fox Business Report is presented by Island Air. High-quality AC repair and installation. Online at islandairfl.com. Online at islandairefl.com.
I'm Maria Bartiromo, and this is the Fox Business Report.
Need something to keep the kids busy? Lego reveals its largest set ever, the nearly 4,000-piece Home Alone set. It goes on sale November 1st at a cost of $250. President Biden says gasoline prices likely won't drop until 2022. He made the comment during a CNN town hall. AAA says the average price of regular is $3.36 a gallon. Researchers say a Russian ransomware group set up a fake company to recruit technology workers. The security firm Recorded Future says the fake company Bastion Secure is actually the hacking group Fin7, which crippled a U.S. fuel pipeline in May. And the S&P 500 closed at a record. The Dow dropped 6 points. I'm Carmen Roberts. That's your Fox Business Report. Invested in you.
Hey, it's Drew Steele. We're on the phone with our good friend TJ Meister, owner of the Floor Meisters in Naples. And listen, TJ, we know that when you're calling, something big is going on, something special is happening at Floor Meisters. Tell us a little bit about what's going on with the almost 1 million square feet of CoreTech inventory on hand. Talk about that.
Yes, I have the biggest selection in Southwest Florida, and I also probably have the biggest stock of CoreTech. Got almost 1 million square feet. I'm ordering it every day to keep up with demand and to make sure it's here, ready to go when you need it. I've got trucks rolling in every day. I'm buying for 3 to 4 to 5 months out to make sure you've got it. If you got a contractor who needs some floor and they can't get it, come see me. We probably have it here.
So when it comes to CoreTech, listen, you know where to go. The selection's unbelievable at Floor Meisters. And if you're a homeowner, contractor, installer, and you can't find what you're looking for, now's the time to visit their store at 6281 Naples Boulevard next to Costco, or online at floormeisters.com.
This is a message for all men. Look, my family doctor said my ED was incurable. There was nothing anyone could do but perform surgery. My wife was supportive. She told me it wasn't important and there were other things we could do, but deep down, I knew she was disappointed. I felt less of a man, less of a husband. I was embarrassed. I heard the ads for the Fort Myers Men's Clinic, and I thought to myself, how can the doctors at that clinic claim to resolve my erectile dysfunction in 15 minutes or less? So I called, made an appointment, my wife went with me, and let me say, my doctor was wrong. We have regained our intimacy. They can help. No matter your age or your condition, $99 for a doctor consultation and a test dose of the medication can help. Call now, 239-317-7777, 317-7777, 317-7777, or FortMyersMen'sClinic.com. And be sure to ask about the incredible Pulse ED, known to increase stamina, sensitivity, and even size.
They helped weave the fabric of our very existence and served our country with distinction. They are America's veterans. We honor their commitment, their service, and their patriotism.
Harvey Engelhardt offers the chance to honor those military heroes who have served honorably and passed away with the military funeral and interment at any national cemetery, including Arlington National Cemetery in Virginia. We'll see you through from the beginning to the end of a military funeral. Did you know that all veterans are entitled to a free space at a national cemetery? That includes a free grave liner, free marker, free preparation and closing of the grave. This can represent thousands of dollars in savings to the spouse or family of a veteran. The service will include the burial flag and honor guard, and in some cases, transportation reimbursement. Harvey Engelhardt can help you pre-plan now to ensure that your wishes are met and your family doesn't have to worry about the expenses and details when the time comes. Call us at 239-936-2177. We're here to help.
Well, is the little pill working yet?
Men, these days could be a thing of the past. Hello, this is Dr. Lou Spangler at Neogenics. Recent advances in non-surgical treatment for erectile dysfunction, combining high-frequency shockwave therapy with the P-Shot, which utilizes platelet-rich plasma, can help restore your virility. These treatments help restore blood flow to the penis and rejuvenate penile tissues, resulting in longer, stronger, firmer, more satisfying erections. Both treatments are simple, in-office procedures, and there is no pain and no downtime. You can resume all normal activities immediately after treatment, including sexual activity. Men, you don't have to suffer anymore. If you have erectile dysfunction or simply want to improve your sexual function, call Neogenics at 239-277-9999 for a free consultation. That's Neogenics at 277-9999. Again, 277-9999.
After Drew, it's Glenn Beck 9 till noon. You've come to the right place. 92.5 Fox News. Right all along.
239-479-5592, the talk and text line, streaming live, drewsteele.com, the website, Steele has 3 E's. We appreciate you watching and subscribing to the podcast. Hey, before we move on, we're going to play some audio from Joe Biden from yesterday from this town hall. What a train wreck. What else could you expect from what did you think was going to happen? It's you never know what he's going to say.
I got hairy legs.
Well, he didn't say that yesterday, but he said that before. Anyway, we'll get to that. But I kind of did want to tease this a little bit before we go to break. And obviously, I know a lot of people want to help. A lot of people have been actually emailing me lately. And even Jay can tell you, people texting and emailing, asking about, are we going to do 10,000 for the troops this year? How is that going? And are we going to start doing that soon? Because if you look at your calendar, if you look at your watch, you look at the time, you look at the year, you look at the day. It's that time. 10,000 for the troops. And so people have been asking, and so I kind of wanted to tease this a little bit for you because, of course, we're going to be doing it. But I expect that this year, 2 things are going to happen. Number one, I really do believe that we are going to pull more cards and have you send more cards to our men and women serving overseas more this year than we have ever had before. I just feel it. I believe it in my heart. I feel like this is the year. And I also know that with everything going on with supply chains and shipping and being able to get cards and the like, and that concern, that you certainly want to get a head start on this. So may I humbly suggest that if you are thinking about it, your school, your organization, your community, something that you've done before, all the years that we've been doing 10,000 for the troops, that I might ask that you get ready. I think officially it's going to be another week before we get going. But we want to get a little head start this year just to make sure. Because, with these shipping and supply chain issues, it sure would be nice to get ahead of it. So if it's something you're thinking about, why not right now start to gather all of the cards together, your friends together, start to think about this, start to arrange time for 10,000 for the troops. And yes, box is still the same, P.O. Box 877, Fort Myers. So we'll have that address and we'll have more. But just to think about it now and kind of get a head start on it. All right. The governor's comments yesterday on vaccine mandates, we'll have that. And the Biden train wreck of a town hall as well coming up.
This is Daybreak. 92.5 Fox News.
I'm Mark Anajar from the law offices of Anajar and Levine. Unfortunately, many drivers in Florida do not carry liability insurance or have limits of insurance that are insufficient to cover your injuries. Uninsured motorist is valuable coverage that you can purchase to protect you in those instances. Call the law offices of Anajar and Levine at 1-800-747-FREE. That's 1-800-747-3733 for a free consultation and take back control of your life.
Office in Fort Myers, Naples. Hey, this is Papa with Casey, Carrie, and Cody. And as most of you know, when Irma hit in September of 2017, thousands of people tried unsuccessfully to call a roofing company, but all the roofers were so overwhelmed they could not handle or even answer those calls. Now here we are, almost 2 years later, and many of those same people are still waiting to have their roofs repaired. So, we are implementing our proactive list. If you want to be on our list, call me for our free tile roof inspection. Once we inspect your roof, you will be on the proactive list. If or when the next storm hits, you will have no need to call any roofer because we will be calling you automatically to see if you need help. We can offer emergency repairs and tarp service or whatever your roof requires. License number CCC 057803. Call Papa now for our free tile roof inspection, 945-2700. We believe it's wise to be proactive and it costs you nothing to join our list. Call Papa for our free tile roof inspection at 945-2700. That's 945-2700, area code 239-945-2700.
Did you know people drive from all over Florida to save money on diamonds?
Hi, I'm Stuart Duncan from Duncan's Diamonds, and we have thousands of diamonds, all shapes, all sizes, half carat to 10 carats. Because we are direct diamond importers, we own one of the largest selections of amazing diamonds here in the United States.
And offer prices 30 to 50% lower than other jewelers, where overhead cost is very high. Duncan's Diamonds hand-picks diamonds from diamond cutters all over the world to ensure you get the best.
We want you to find that diamond that you really love today and save.
And at Duncan's Diamonds, we have spectacular financing and layaway plans, including no or low interest.
A $2,000 engagement ring is only $66 a month. A $3,000 pair of diamond stud earrings is just $84 a month. Best prices guaranteed, low monthly payments, a spectacular gift from Duncan's Diamonds. We want you to find the diamond you love today and save.
Naples at Mercado, Gulf Coast Town Center, and Fort Myers on US 41.
At Mr. Sparky, we're America's on-time electrician. We all count on our home's electrical outlets to provide us the power we need when we need it. But sometimes an overloaded circuit can lead to a blown outlet. So leave it to the pros at Mr. Sparky. We'll get it done right and get it done safely. Call now for $70 off any electrical repair.
You don't have to put up with any malarkey. Call 888-8-Sparky.
Limitations and restrictions may apply. Independently owned and operated. Licensed in the respective state or county.
Fox News, I'm Chris Foster. The House votes to ask the Justice Department to hold former White House aide Steve Bannon in criminal contempt of Congress for defying a subpoena from the committee investigating the Capitol riot.
Mississippi Democrat Benny Thompson, chair of the Select Committee, says
we believe Mr. Bannon has information valuable to our probe.
Indiana Republican Jim Banks says the committee is not engaged in fact-finding.
The Select Committee despises Steve Bannon's politics.
9 Republicans joined every Democrat to approve the contempt resolution, 229 to 202.
Fox's Jared Halpern. A gang leader in Haiti says in a video he'll kill 17 hostages from an Ohio-based Christian charity unless he gets $17 million.
I swear by thunder that if I don't get what I'm asking for, I will put a bullet in the heads of these Americans.
The group was kidnapped last Saturday. 16 Americans and a Canadian, 12 adults and 5 children. America's listening to Fox News.
Wink News, traffic.
Good morning. Off to a crash-free commute so far this morning across Southwest Florida. You have no delays up and down I-75 early on as well. 41 looking pretty quiet for that highway drive so far this morning. If you're taking a trip toward the East Coast along Alligator Alley or the East Trail, both are running up to speed. And our area bridge is still pretty quiet for this time of day. The midpoint only taking you about 2-3 minutes to cross from Cape Coral into Fort Myers, and similar conditions on the Cape Coral Bridge as well. That's your up-to-the-minute traffic. I'm Teresa O'Shea. Wink News now.
Wink Weather Authority.
Well, happy Friday after another pleasant start to the day. Look for a mix of sun and clouds throughout this afternoon. Another warm and slightly more humid day today with temperatures back to 90 degrees. We'll have to watch out for some areas of isolated rain and even some thunderstorms, mainly south of the river. That includes Lee and Collier County, especially after 4 p.m. today and lingering on into the early evening hours. Things wind down as we head into tonight. Saturday off to another dry, mild start with a low near 72 degrees. 90 for your daytime high tomorrow with some isolated afternoon storms, mainly south. Yet again, those rain chances bump up a little bit more for Sunday to end out the weekend. I'm Wink News Weather Authority meteorologist Casey Sherman.
Joe Biden's plan for America? Recycled leftovers. Time for some right thinking. 92.5 Fox News. Right all along.
It's Fred Kobe with your Kobe Cooling Tip of the Day.
I've been told once that I'm the most credentialed mold investigator in South Florida, which kind of makes me a nerd in this business. When your air conditioning guy is talking to you about mold, he doesn't know what he's talking about. He's just trying to sell you a solution that probably won't work. When you hear about ultraviolet lights and the duct cleaning, you're listening to somebody who has no idea how to solve a mold problem. If you want real answers and real solutions, give me a call at 239-482-1542 because I'm actually an expert and have the training and credentials to back it up. I won't sell snake oil solutions, and I'll tell you the truth. When you think of air conditioning companies, we hope you'll think of Kobe Cooling. No nonsense and no pressure. We're the company your neighbors use. License CACO 57313. Kobe, the most trusted name in this business since 1949. Locally owned and operated.
Trey Radel, your host of The Drive here. Very excited to tell you about my buddy, realtor and all-around great guy, Ralph Nudie. So Ralph has 25 plus years of experience in real estate. Here's the deal, though. Realtors in this market especially often sit back and wait for people to come to them. Ralph Nudie is different. You know, I've often shared with you my knowledge and love of branding and marketing, and I'm telling you right now, you will not find another realtor in the entire state that does what he does. You have to check out his website, videos, his ads. The guy gets it. So that's Ralph professionally. But let me tell you about him personally. There's a reason that he's here on 92.5 Fox News on the Drive with us. That's because Ralph is a lot like us. He shares our values. And again, just a great guy. So put Ralph's 25 plus years of experience to work for you. Call him today at 844-GET-NUDIE. That's right, 844-GET-NUDIE, N-U-D-I, or getnudie.com. Again, that's getnudie.com. Get Nudie and get it sold. Brokered by eXp Realty.
Are you one of the millions of homeowners who haven't refinanced yet? If so, I'm here to tell you it's not too late. Hi, I'm Wesley Hogan with Westland Financial. Although the lowest rates may be in our rearview mirror, as the economy recovers from the biggest economic shock of our lifetime, rates still remain near historic lows. In fact, with the dramatic increase in home values, this may be the perfect time to put that new home equity to work. Take advantage of our cash-out refi program and pay off high-rate credit cards, car loans, or other high-interest rate debt. Or finally make those home improvements you put on hold for so long. Best of all, we can do this with no closing costs. That's right, whether it's a conventional, FHA, or VA loan, we'll pay for your title, settlement, lender, and recording fees. So call Westland at 888-455-3669. That's 888-455-3669. It's the biggest no-brainer in the history of mankind. 888-455-3669.
NMLS number 3304. Not all loans apply. Equal housing lender.
Does market turbulence and economic turmoil have you worried about your retirement nest egg? I'm Alfie Townsend. Learn how to navigate these uncertain times. Tune in to Saving the Investor radio show every Saturday at 9 a.m. or visit us at savingtheinvestor.com.
Hi, this is Earl Ron, president of New South Window. At New South, we are determined to build the best Florida window. Energy-efficient windows that stand up to heat and hurricanes. We call it the ultimate Florida window. Factory direct and guaranteed for life. New South has installed tens of thousands of windows across the state and has been named one of the fastest-growing window companies in the nation. And that is why we're New South proud.
Going on now. Save 35% off factory direct windows and doors. Visit newsouthwindow.com.
If you needed heart surgery, who would you call? A doctor who's done it every day, or a doctor who's done it once a year? The same is true about your erectile dysfunction. At the Fort Myers Men's Clinic, our Florida physicians focus on one thing: solving your ED. High blood pressure, diabetes, high cholesterol, prostate cancer, these all contribute to your ED. And our physicians at the Fort Myers Men's Clinic know how to solve your problems. We have over 50 different custom formulations tailored just for you. You get to try the medication containing FDA-approved ingredients right in our office. Your total cost for the consultation, test dose, testosterone, and PSA test is only $99. If the test dose doesn't work, you pay us nothing. So you have absolutely nothing to lose, but everything to gain. Call now, 239-317-7777. That's 239-317-7777, and move from skeptic to believer. 317-7777, 317-7777, or online at FortMyersMen'sClinic.com.
Stay right here, because after Drew, it's Glenn Beck, 9 to noon. 92.5 Fox News. Right, all along. This is Daybreak with Drew Steele on 92.5 Fox News.
Today when I walked back there,
I got to see firsthand the treacherous conditions that they were working on. We're talking about water levels up above almost the chest area, rattlesnakes, moccasins, alligators. And these heroes go out there. While we can't change the outcome, we can bring justice.
Well, that's Lee County Sheriff Carmine Marcino. And listen, this press conference yesterday, and the FBI confirming that the remains there found in the park, Florida park there on Wednesday, were those of Brian Laundrie. And you know, is this it? Is this the end now? Is this where this gets put to rest? It doesn't. I'm sure there's more, but there it is. The remains found yesterday, and dental records confirming that. He's been a person of interest, right? And it's just been so bizarre. It has been bizarre from beginning to end. And you know, what was he? Is it one of those situations? I don't know. You guys talked about it last night too, Jake, and other people have been talking about this. And you know, I don't want to go on too long with it, but I'm sure, obviously, it's not going to be put to rest. There's still a little more to be done. But ultimately, is it the thinking that his thinking? I'm talking about Brian Laundrie's thinking, or this is what people are talking about. Is the assumption is he thought he was going to go out to the, was it Myakkahatchee? Is that the park? He thought he was going to go out to the park and what? And live in the middle of a swamp with everything that's out there, whether it's the snakes and the gators.
He went to die.
You think that's what it is?
Yeah, I think he offed himself. He's a coward.
You know, I don't know. But the discovery of the backpack and a dry bag and a notebook and the remains.
And the lack thereof a response from his parents just goes to show that there's some weird stuff going on.
Yeah, I don't know. But there you go. So that's where we are at this moment. And, you know, maybe next week we'll just we'll get more information. Richard Coco, safety and security expert, has been following this up and down. And, you know, he worked at the FBI, and obviously the FBI involved and you know, people looking for closure, and it's another strange ending and twist. All these things that happen in life, but tragic all around. 239-479-5592. All right, let's get to a couple of other stories that I wanted to touch on this morning. You know, I wanted to start with a little bit of Joe Biden's audio from last night, but it is important that we get to the Attorney General, Merrick Garland, and some of the things that he said yesterday and how outrageous it is that we come to find out that the White House was consulted about the school board letter, the National School Board Association letter comparing parents to domestic terrorists before it was released. That we come to find out that Merrick Garland admitted that he created a task force to look into these threats, these alleged threats, based on a letter that I received from the school board. But when specifically asked about it, like, where's your evidence? What evidence do you have? It's evidence and decisions that were based on newspaper articles and a letter from the NSBA. Like, that's the best you can do. Now, I know that it's hard, because when you are a Democrat, you are as clean as the wind-driven snow. I mean, there is no doubt about it. Scandal-free.
The Uranium One scandal.
The IRS targeting scandal.
The Clinton Foundation. Fusion GPS dossier.
Benghazi. Hillary Clinton email case.
Sergeant Bo Bergdahl. Remember him?
Except for those. I mean, but those you got to put aside, because those are settled. That's not an issue. But the suggestion that somehow we are supposed to trust an Attorney General, Merrick Garland, who is telling everybody that we've got to watch out for those domestic terrorists, you know, you parents who really care about your kids, and we're going to do something about it because he got a letter from a left-leaning organization and others that basically told him it's something we believe and you've got to run with this. And he's like, oh, okay. Like, who wrote the letter? Who put this letter together? Who was the person in the White House who was part of the discussion? Who in the Attorney General's office wrote this whole decision and then had him sign it. This idea of I didn't know anything. I had no idea. What did Jim Jordan say about this yesterday?
First sentence of your memo, very first sentence, you said, in recent months, there's been a disturbing spike in harassment, intimidation, threats of violence.
Yes.
When did you first review the data showing this so-called disturbing uptick?
So I read the letter, and we have been seeing over time threats.
Whoa. I didn't ask you. So you read the letter. That's your source?
So let me be clear. This is not a prosecution or an investigation.
Is there some study, some effort, some investigation someone did that said there's been a disturbing uptick, or you just take the words of the National School Board Association?
Well, the National School Board Association, which represents thousands of school boards and school board members, says that there are these kind of threats. When we read in the newspapers reports of threats of violence, when that is in the context of threats of violence.
The source for this, for the very first line in your memo.
Time of the gentleman has expired.
Was the School Board Association letter?
Expired, Mr.
That's right. It's the school board letter and some newspapers who said, oh, yeah, there's some violence. Where's the evidence? Where's the evidence of the violence, the domestic terrorism? Where is it? You don't have it. They never had it. The Washington Free Beacon had information in an article yesterday that the National School Board Association president and its CEO consulted with the White House on the very letter before it was released. Excuse me? The emails obtained by parents defending education through public records requests, these FOIA requests are winning the day, and so are you, by the way. You're winning the day. That's why this is so scary to the Democrats. It's all scary to them because, again, like I said earlier, and it bears repeating, that all they want to do, all Democrats, it's the song. They just want to, it's not the bird, they just want to flip you the bird because they don't care about what you think. Bird, when they flip you the bird, when the bird, when they flip you the bird. It's like that. That's what Democrats are. That's what they do. The emails obtained by parents defending education through public records requests and reviewed by the Washington Free Beacon reveal that the National School Board Association's president and CEO sent the letter to Biden on September 29th without approval from the organization's board. No approval from the board, so who did this? The letter said that the acts of some parents at school board meetings across the country could be considered a, quote, form of domestic terrorism and hate crimes. Really? Where's the evidence? Man, are they scared of you. They are scared of you because you are standing up. The emails also show that the White House asked the association for examples of threats against school board members days before Attorney General Merrick Garland created a task force of officials from the FBI and the Justice Department to determine how to prosecute alleged crimes at school board meetings. The letter makes clear that the White House was aware of the letter before it was released while raising questions about whether the White House colluded with the association on the letter to prompt federal action. They don't, look, they are afraid of you. They see what's happening. They're colluding. They're coming together with each other. They've been in contact with the White House, this National School Board Association, for weeks over this issue. So they're using the letter, the Biden administration and the Attorney General, as justification to go after you. It's outrageous. And there's more. There's more. What else did Jim Jordan say quickly before we go to break? As he was opening up the discussion about this and how many scandals Democrats have had and how they're flipping you the bird and they just don't care. Now they're just going after you. Come and get us. Well, we've got something to say about that as the American people.
The chairman just said the Trump DOJ was political and went after their opponents. Are you kidding me? 3 weeks ago, the National School Board Association writes President Biden asking him to involve the FBI in local school board matters. 5 days later, the Attorney General of the United States does just that, does exactly what a political organization asked to be done. 5 days. We've sent, Republicans on this committee have sent the Attorney General 13 letters in the last 6 months. It takes weeks and months to get a response. 8 of the letters, we've got nothing. They just gave us the finger, said, we're not going to get back to you. And all our letters were actually sent to the Attorney General. Here's a letter sent to someone else asking for a specific thing to be done, and in 5 days, the Attorney General does it. Here's what the October 4th memo said. Quote, I'm directing the FBI to convene meetings with local leaders. These meetings will open dedicated lines of communication for threat reporting. dedicated lines of communication for threat reporting, a snitch line on parents, started 5 days after a left-wing political organization asked for it.
They ask for it, they get it. You're not a domestic terrorist. You know it, I know it, and they know it. They are so afraid that we ultimately are going to shut all this down. Listen, there's an awakening. We are awake. We see what's going on, and we're not going away. And we're not doing anything violent. We're speaking. And as much as they want to take away your speech, they're not going to do it. Oh, they're not taking away. You're allowed to go to a school late under the threat of fill in the blank. If somebody said to you, you are absolutely positively allowed to do A, B, and C under the threat of blah, blah, blah. How comfortable are you to go? There's more of us than them, ultimately. We are the majority of voices. 239-479-5592. Let's take a break. When we come back, we'll have the President of the United States from his town hall last night, some of the things that he said. It was weird that he would mock freedom. Did he mock your freedom over vaccine mandates? This idea of we should have a choice as to whether or not we want to be vaxxed up. Yeah, I'll play the audio and you decide for yourself. It's Daybreak 92.5, Fox News, right all along with traffic. Here's Therese O'Shea.
Good morning. Off to a crash-free commute so far this morning across Southwest Florida. You have no delays up and down I-75 early on as well. 41 looking pretty quiet for that highway drive so far this morning. If you're taking a trip toward the East Coast along Alligator Alley or the East Trail, both are running up to speed. And our area bridge is still pretty quiet for this time of day. The midpoint only taking you about 2-3 minutes to cross from Cape Coral into Fort Myers, and similar conditions on the Cape Coral Bridge as well. That's your up-to-the-minute traffic. I'm Therese O'Shea. Wink News now.
Wink Weather Authority.
Happy Friday. Another warm and more humid day today as temperatures climb back to near 90 degrees after a pleasant start to this morning. We will have to look out for some isolated areas of rain and perhaps even some thunderstorms south of the river today. Collier-Lee County will have the best chance of seeing that, mainly after 4 p.m. this afternoon. Saturday, Sunday, both featuring chances for storms with highs remaining near 90 degrees. I'm Wink News Weather Authority meteorologist Casey Sherman.
By now, you've heard all of our ads. America's largest injury law firm. But what does that really mean for our clients, for you? It means that when you hire us, you don't just get a lawyer, you get a legal army. 800 lawyers alone. Your case is a big deal to us. When it comes to law, size matters. We're America's largest injury law firm, Morgan & Morgan. Visit forthepeople.com for an office near you.
Offices, Fort Myers and Naples. In case you're wondering, World Smile Day is in October, but at Closet Factory, we're celebrating all month because along with time, space, and peace, smiles are our specialty. We make sure some space in your world is put together, stylish, like all is right. And according to Smile Science, is a feeling that makes people smile. Know what else does? $250 in free accessories with any new storage solution from Closet Factory. All smiling October long at Closet Factory and ClosetFactory.com.
Introducing the Fpl Energy Manager, a new way to take control of your energy use and your bill. You can monitor, analyze, even simulate your energy use and save. Find savings to sing about at fpl.com/take control.
Sales desk, Marty speaking.
Marty.
What?
They've all gone mad.
Who?
Victory Lane Chevrolet.
Where?
On the corner of Fowler and Winkler.
How?
During Moonlight Madness, Victory Lane's paying over book value for trades, giving crazy discounts on new Chevys, and they don't scare customers away with insane high-pressure sales tactics.
Why? Why would they do that?
Because, Marty, you do. It's Moonlight Madness at Victory Lane Chevrolet. Get over book value for your trade and save thousands on new Chevys. Plus 0% financing for 72 months on select new Chevys. And current Costco members receive an additional $1,000 off MSRP on most new Chevys in stock. And your credit pass can't haunt you anymore with our goal 100% credit approval. Don't miss Moonlight Madness at Victory Lane Chevrolet on the corner of Fowler and Winkler. Find new roads. Online, victorylanechevrolet.com.
0% equals $13.89 per thousand finance with approved credit on select models. All rebates to dealer cannot combine offers. Costco members must provide proof of membership. Expires 10/31/21.
The right place for local talk. Drew now. Trey for the drive at 5. 92.5 Fox News. Right. All along.
It is really hard to believe. I just can't believe that the president of these United States, the president that 847 million people in this country voted for, the most popular president based on the amount of people that voted for him in the history of mankind, that he would say the things that he said like he did last night during this CNN town hall. Brought to you by Pfizer, right? Isn't it? Everything's brought to you by Pfizer these days. You know, they were talking about vaccine mandates. Now, the governor of the great state of Florida has something to say about vaccine mandates, and we're going to get to that coming up. You know, they're going to, he's called for a special session to ban vaccine mandates. And it was at a press conference yesterday that he talked about that people shouldn't be discriminated against over personal medical decisions. It is hard to believe that we are in that place, but we are. But listen to this audio yesterday, and he doesn't get it. I mean, the president is not getting this. Listen to what he says when asked about vaccine. Should cities stop unvaccinated first responders from coming to work, even if it leads to staffing shortages? And then he's talking about people and the concerns that some have about getting vaccinated and this choice and of whether or not we should be discriminated against over our personal medical decisions and mandating a vaccine that we have questions about. And this is what he says.
The idea is that, look, the two things that concern me, one are those who just try to make this a political issue. Freedom. I have the freedom to kill you with my COVID. No, I mean, come on, freedom.
Excuse me? So he says freedom, mockingly. I have the freedom to kill you with my COVID. No, I mean, come on. Come on, man. The freedom to kill you with my COVID? Really? So if you get COVID, you're going to die. And if I give you COVID, you're going to die. Of course, you can't prove how you received and how you caught the vid, but you can make the case that it's no, you can't. And then in the same sentence, after saying I have the freedom to kill you with my COVID, mocking you about your freedom and your choices and your liberties, that's what a good that's what a Democrat does. But then after that, he's got the nerve to say, after telling you that I have the freedom to kill you with my COVID. No, I mean, come on. And then he says,
Number one. Number two, the second one is that, the gross misinformation that's out there.
And in the same sentence, he says, and then there's the gross misinformation out there. Really? Like what you just said? I'm going to kill you with my COVID. Excuse me, this is the president of the United States saying this. Again, it goes back to what I was saying before. And it's what Jim Jordan said yesterday to the Attorney General, Merrick Garland, when it comes to all of these issues with regard to us, the American people, our freedoms, our liberties, our rights, and what you think about us with the regard of the rule of law and who's that you're going to go after and who you're going to leave alone. And again, it's just all you want to do is flip us the bird. That's all. That's what you think. Bird, 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 but flip you the bird. That's what they do. That's the Democrat song right there. The bird, bird, bird is what they do. That's what they think of you. It's unbelievable. And listen, if you're a Democrat and you're listening and you're like, well, I'm not one of those. Again, how many times do I have to say this? Because people get upset. You're painting every Democrat this way. Well, if you're not, tell me how you're different than your party. Tell me, help me. What is that? To help me, help you, help me, help you. Help me. whatever it is. Help me understand how you're different than your party and then why you are. All right. We need to talk more about Attorney General Merrick Garland from yesterday, talking about these school board issues coming up.
This is Daybreak. 92.5 Fox News.
Want to work with the best pros in the HVAC industry? You just might be a match for our team. 1 Hour Air Conditioning and Heating is seeking trustworthy, friendly individuals who want a rewarding career helping people. With industry-leading salaries, benefits, and growth potential, we also provide ongoing training and professional development. Join our team. Call 855-1HOUR or visit onehourair.com.
Always on time, or you don't pay your time. Always on time, or you don't pay your time.
An equal opportunity employer.
Hi, I'm Keith, the owner of Storm Shield Windows and Doors in North Fort Myers. And when it comes to hurricane windows and doors, you have two choices, Storm Shield and all the rest.
The aesthetics of the appearance from the outside and the inside is just amazing. But it's quiet. It's really quiet inside, and it's made a huge difference in our energy consumption. My name is Dee Channel, and I have 100% confidence in Storm Shield products. On a scale of 1 to 10, they'd be 10 plus.
Yes, my name is Dwayne Channel. My wife and I made a decision to replace our windows. Storm Shield windows, they were the only company that had the hurricane windows that we were looking for. Our best decision we made was purchasing Storm Shield windows.
Storm Shield's windows and doors reduce the exterior noise by up to 80%. And our clients typically see an average energy savings of 40%. Why choose Storm Shield? Because everyone deserves the best. Call us today at 239-491-7002 or visit stormshieldSWFL.com.
Health insurance. We all hate it, but we have to have it. Hey, Southwest Florida, it's Tyler McCluskey here, and as an insurance executive for the past 10 years, I now host a show every Saturday at 11 a.m. right here on 92.5 Fox News. I explain everything you need to know about the health insurance industry and show you all how to save money. For more information, tune in this Saturday at 11 or call now for a free quote at 239-633-3140 or online at tylermccluskey.com.
Calling out political theft by the left. 92.5 WFSX Estero. Fox News. Right all along.
Millions more Americans can roll up their sleeves again. I'm Dave Anthony, Fox News, with a new round of COVID vaccine booster shots that can start today. Fox's Tanya J. Powers has details live.
Dave, the CDC has approved booster shots of the Moderna and the Johnson & Johnson COVID vaccines and follows last month's endorsement of the Pfizer boosters. The FDA had given the green light to the Moderna and J&J boosters on Wednesday and said people could get a booster that was a different brand than their original dose, something the CDC also has signed off on. The CDC says those who got the Johnson & Johnson shot should get a booster at least 2 months after their initial dose. Pfizer and Moderna recipients over 65 and with certain medical conditions should get theirs 6 months after they were fully vaccinated. Dave.
Tanya, more than 77% of Americans 12 and older have had at least one dose so far. President Biden told a CNN town hall last night mandates are working, and Fox's Griff Jenkins reports the president also addressed
that supply chain bottleneck causing these shortages and rising costs, to which President Biden says he would consider deploying the National Guard if his administration can't fix the problem.
If we can't move to increase the number of truckers, which we're in the process of doing.
A short time later, the White House backtracked in a statement. There are no plans to get the National Guard involved. At the House,
on this vote, the yeas are 229. The nays are 202.
Holding ex-Trump advisor Steve Bannon in criminal contempt of Congress for refusing to answer questions to the committee investigating the deadly Capitol attack, referring it to the Justice Department. Hours earlier, Attorney General Merrick Garland told a hearing,
"We'll apply the facts and the law and make a decision consistent with the principles of prosecution."
Bannon is citing executive privilege in his refusal. A prop gun turns deadly on a movie set in New Mexico. Actor Alec Baldwin shot it and injured the film's director and killed the director of photography. Baldwin starring in the movie Rust. He was questioned, not charged. America's listening to Fox News.
This update is presented by Lee Auto Group. Find your perfect vehicle at lee-cars.com.
Wink News, traffic.
Good morning. Heading out right now through St. James City. We have a crash along Stringfellow Road near Jamerson Avenue. That's right by the Winn-Dixie Plaza. So watch out for some Lee County deputies on scene of a crash there. No major delays up and down Pine Island Road. Heading on and off of that stretch of Bokeely and out toward Pine Island. No problems as well through most of Cape Coral at our main intersections. Getting a little bit busier on the Cape Coral Bridge westbound into the Cape coming from Fort Myers, but the midpoint running up to speed in both directions. Seeing delays on Daniels Parkway westbound right through Treeline Avenue at I-75 and Colonial right near the Forum between 75 and Lee Boulevard. Seeing some of those slowdowns off of State Road 82 as well. That's your up-to-the-minute traffic. I'm Therese O'Shea. Wink News now.
Wink Weather Authority.
Well, happy Friday after another pleasant start to the day. Look for a mix of sun and clouds throughout this afternoon. Another warm and slightly more humid day today with temperatures back to 90 degrees. We'll have to watch out for some areas of isolated rain and even some thunderstorms, mainly south of the river. That includes Lee and Collier County, especially after 4 p.m. today and lingering on into the early evening hours. Things wind down as we head into tonight. Saturday off to another dry, mild start with a low near 72 degrees. 90 for your daytime high tomorrow with some isolated afternoon storms, mainly south. Yet again, those rain chances bump up a little bit more for Sunday to end out the weekend. I'm Wink News Weather Authority meteorologist Casey Sherman.
No matter where you want to listen, you'll be all set when you stream 92.5 Fox News live at rightallalong.net.
IRAs have always been a great way for investors to direct their investment dollars into real estate investments, but that option is under attack in Biden's new Build Back Better plan. Ty Lassiter here from Key City Capital to give you the details. Many of our investors choose to use a self-directed IRA to place their investment dollars in Key City Capital because they love the double-digit returns that we deliver. However, if Biden gets his way, the new stimulus package may limit or even remove your freedom to invest with your IRA dollars in most real estate investments. But rest assured, Key City Capital is hard at work to deliver the promised returns to our investors.
Call Key City Capital today for your free tax and wealth analysis appointment at 239-330-2080. That's 239-330-2080. Check us out online at kcap925.com. That's kcap925.com.
With each breath, allergens, germs, and viruses get trapped in your nose. Now, there's a simple, easy, and effective way to clean your nose and protect your health. It's called Navage. N-A-V-A-G-E. Available at Navage.com.
Stop. Don't purchase any
From
diamonds,
92.5 Fox News
until you come to Duncan Science. We are not your typical
It's
jewelry store.
Daybreak.
Here are a few
Now, here's the guy at the
family-owned
epicenter of what's
Duncan
important to
family-
those of us who live in Southwest Florida. Drew Steve.
Hey, good morning, Southwest Florida. Glad you're here. 239-479-5592, the talk and text line streaming live. DrewSteele.com, the website. Steele has 3 E's. We appreciate you watching the program and subscribing to the podcast. Hey, boy, I've got a lot of questions. Man, do I have a lot of questions to ask Lee County School Board member Gwen Gittens, because there's been a lot of news lately that I would love to get her thoughts on as she's joining us this morning, especially on some concerns of waste, fraud, and abuse. We're always concerned about that, and some other things that I'd like to touch on. First of all, good morning. How are you?
Good morning, and thank you for having me on. I hope everyone is well.
We are well here. We're a little concerned about some of the waste, fraud, and abuse that could possibly be going on, and so maybe you can help us out a little bit with this. So tell me more. You've been concerned about some things that are happening within the district. Tell me what's going on.
Well, basically, on October 9th in our meeting, a majority of the board agreed that the abuse of certain board members' positions really needs to stop. Anything from watermarking documents of members and lawsuits against other members that actually cost the taxpayers $8,000 because we had to pay for her lawyer fees. Hostile work environment, publicly presenting that they were, representing the board when it wasn't. And my main issue that I've been dealing with actually for the last couple of years is the use of, and I don't even know if it's tax money or if it's capital money because they haven't shown us the budget, but for a $93 million school going into the South Zone where they do not have the growth to substantiate that. And they keep saying 117% capacity. And the school board member was championing this school that went from 72 million to 75 to 84, and we were told this week it's $93 million because of a 14% inflation.
So it started at 72 million, and now it's at 93 million, and
93. And when it was at 84, I asked the question, what is our ceiling? Are we just handing the builders a blank check and saying, just build us something?
Right.
What is our cutoff point? And no one answers that question.
I don't know how that's even possible. It seems like it happens without end. I mean, we've constantly heard about this. Everybody expect that there would be costs that would go up to a certain point. But to your point, there has to be a moment in time where we say enough. We can't go any higher than this. We don't have it.
Exactly. And on the flip side of it, when you're talking about 117% growth in 3 schools, and Drew, I have gone through those 3 schools' capacity numbers over and over. It does not equal 117%. While across the county, on the other side of 82, we have schools that are almost at 117.
Yeah.
It's the numbers are not adding up. And when we ask for certain data, at least I do, I don't get it. I have not, to this point, voted in an action meeting on anything at all to do with this school because I do not believe it should be happening at this time.
Yeah.
And no offense to the constituents and taxpayers in that area, and eventually, yes, but are we building and spending taxpayer money based on need or want?
Yeah, and certainly I think it's fair to say, and everybody would agree that that's where it needs to go. There is a need in certain schools in certain areas. I think your suggestion is that what the East Zone is where certainly there is a need that you've recognized. Is that right?
Oh, definitely. Just take portables, my favorite topic. 70% of the 178 portables that they told us in February we have, 136 of them are east of 82. And they are getting ready to spend $500,000 to repair portables. I just want them to get rid of them. And that means equitable education, which is promised through the federal law, that all students will be educated in an equitable and fair way. And that means, why are these students in one area having to walk outside in the elements to get to class, or go into a room when it's raining and they can't do it? I know there's covers, but that's not it. Why aren't we looking at where the need is first? And I always told this story. If you're a parent and you have 3 children and one doesn't have shoes or is hungry, there is no way that a parent would not first get to the things that are necessary. And I have said to my fellow board members, we are all supposed to be representing all children. So if one child needs help, we should all band together to say, what can we do to help that child?
Yeah. Lee County School Board member Gwen Gittens joining us on Daybreak 92.5 Fox News. I know you kind of hinted, you didn't say names specifically, but you're kind of hinting around to the individual who seems to be the one who has been causing the most pushback against the others on the board. Is it fair to say that the motion that was made just the other day calling for Chris Patrica to be investigated by the governor's office, one that you agreed with, is that the individual that we're talking about?
Well, it's in the meeting,
Yeah.
and yes, that was who we decided. I did an interview the other day with Wink and just explained the same thing, and she also gave her statement. And I want to say too, I'm not against an individual. I am for what's best for children. And when it seems like I continue to bring up the same thing, it's because these children need a voice, just like all children.
Yeah.
And I have to be that voice. We cannot keep wasting money, in my opinion. We asked for the half-cent tax, and so it passed. Well, how much of that is actually going, like they said, we need it so we can build schools because we don't have the money, but then you're building schools in the area where you don't need schools.
Well, that's a big problem here, Gwen. A big question that people ask me about the accounting, this half-cent sales tax. Where's the money going? What are we doing with this? Those questions that are being asked. Clearly, just by the vote you had on Tuesday, you do have a specific issue with one board member, that being Chris Patrica. Obviously, there's a reason why you all voted for, 4-2, but you voted to have the governor's office investigate for abuse of position. There are issues that are out there. So again, this is the kind of thing that many people have been concerned about for a long time, even before you were on the board, about where the direction. It seems like we never get an opportunity to speak about any of the positives. It's always what lawsuit's being fought now, who's got an abusive position, who doesn't want to work with certain individuals. It's dysfunctional at best, and it's been that way for far too long. And especially with some of the issues of waste, fraud, and abuse that has been discussed here.
Well, here's the thing to me, and I've only been on there 3 years, 3 long years. However, if you watch the meetings, if you watch the flow of things, you see where the issues are.
Yeah.
And I cringe, Drew, every time somebody talks about this board is so dysfunctional and this board can't get along. You can't get along with someone who doesn't want to get along with you. It's like the statement, you can't give away what you don't have. I am fighting for children as hard as I can, and I just want my fellow board members to join me in realizing that there are children that need our help. We have the tax money. I was told at one meeting the purpose of getting the tax money was to build schools in the East Zone. Do you realize that they built a middle school out here that opened up this year that did not give us any additional seats because they moved the students from one school to the new school? I lived 10 minutes away. I knew nothing about the school even breaking ground. And they moved those students over there. The old building, the old Lambs building, is sitting there this year while they do renovations on it, instead of just, making it right. And I hope they do. But it's just so we didn't get any new seats.
Yeah. Lee County School Board member Gwen Gittins joining us on Daybreak 92.5 Fox News. I know that you don't have a problem going to media to talk to people about your concerns, and certainly you've been open about that. You've been on this program multiple times, but you know that I cannot let you leave the airwaves here without asking you the question that I'm going to ask you right now, especially because it's in the news.
Okay.
You've got to tell me right now, and I don't know what the rest of the board thinks, but we are concerned about parents showing up at school boards, having things to say to you and others on the board, concerns that we have as parents, our rights as parents, that we see to it that you are elected, you work for us. And then to find out that now we get labeled as domestic terrorists by certain individuals and an attorney general who feels like that is a legitimate thing that the National School Board Association says, and to list us almost like criminals. I need you to tell me, you don't think that we're domestic terrorists, do you?
Not at all. And here's the thing. I had this conversation with someone last night, and looking at some of the examples across the nation of the things that are being done and said in school board meetings, at times it's very uncomfortable because, and I keep reminding people, come, speak your mind, be passionate, but realize that children are watching, everyone is watching. There is a fine line, Drew, where we can all communicate, listen to each other, and learn from each other. And maybe that's how we make things better. I don't have all the answers. You don't have all the answers. The people that come and speak don't have them all. But collectively, we have got to get together and hear each other.
But we have a
That
side,
is
but we feel like we have a side that doesn't listen. I mean, you do. You have to see
no,
it. I mean,
I
you sit there on
totally-
that dais and you do see there are certain people that are on the board. I mean, I'm going to say this to you as well. You know, when you have board member Betsy Vaughn, who is telling everybody that we can't have a world-class school district unless we are teaching critical race theory, when you clearly know, and they all know, she knows, I'm sure you do, and others know, how divisive it is. And there's a reason why we're all showing up in mass at school board meetings, because we don't want it in any way, shape, or form being taught to our kids. And a lot of, even with the transgender issue in bathrooms and the things that we need to be doing, and you need to be helping us to make sure that our kids are being taught lessons, not lessons in life, and things that we as parents need to be in charge of. I mean, certainly, you're not somebody like, and Gwen, you're not somebody who believes in critical race theory, right? There's nothing, you don't believe that we should be doing that in our schools, right? This idea that somehow we're going to teach our kids to be racist in some way because of the color of their skin and other things that are being told to our students, which is horrible. It's a horrible thing. That
I mean, Drew, of all people on this board, some of the topics and all that come up, everybody, it's like E.F. Hutton. A statement is made and everybody looks at me because I'm Black. How is she going to do? How is she going to respond to this? I'm going to respond as a human being.
Thank you.
I'm going to respond as a person that has been discriminated against. I am going to respond as a person that continues on this board to be told, sit down, be quiet, and stay in your lane from day one.
Yeah.
So I understand, and actually, I feel like I can empathize with your statement about we want to be heard. I'm trying to be the voice for children that can't be heard, and all I'm saying is, this Syrian, that Syrian, whatever, we need to sit down together and discuss and find out we're not as far apart as people think.
Yeah.
People understand there is still discrimination, yes. I mean, watch how they shut me up every time on the board. No, Miss Giddens, just one more time. We got to move on now. They don't do that to anybody else. Is it because they feel they can? I don't know. And I'm speaking to you totally from my heart. That's what I do all the time.
Right. Well, and you understand too that that's what parents are doing. Parents are showing up at school board meetings because they are starting to hear things that our kids are being taught and are being told, and that nationally that we're supposed to teach our kids, and that you're the ones that are to tell us how our kids need to be taught. I'm not saying you specifically, but I'm saying in general. How outrageous that is.
Absolutely not. I'm a parent, Drew.
Yeah.
When I was
I know, but when I know that you're a parent, others are parents too, and they're doing it. I mean, there are people that are on the board right now who are parents as well, and they have no problem with critical race theory, for example, being taught in our schools, which is outrageous.
But we have to find a way. I talk to people as much as possible. I go and sit down with, people that don't look like me as much as possible to find out, what are you thinking? Understand what I'm thinking. We are not going to get through anything of the sort until we talk to each other and find out. One thing you just said, they hear or it's said. We need to have, I don't know if it's more workshops or whatever it is, where people have smaller groups that can talk about these things, because many times things that you may hear are not actually what's going on. Some people have the idea we're up in school, having the white kids sit on one side and the blacks on the other, and the Hispanics over here. That's not happening. I challenge you to walk down the hall in a high school or middle school when the bell is changing and just see how the kids just flow. The kids don't do that.
Well, maybe they don't do it here, but there are districts around the country that are doing that. You heard the stories of districts that are separating kids like that. It's abhorrent. It's outrageous.
And I totally disagree with that.
And the problem is that people are concerned that we don't want that here. We don't want that ideology spreading around the country. We don't want people to think that that's an acceptable situation. So certainly.
And I totally agree with you, and I don't either. Listen, as far as parents' rights, I believe that when my son was in school, no one was going to tell me what I needed to morally teach him. That's up to me.
Yeah, absolutely.
And I totally agree with that. Yeah. So I think we're not as far apart as people want to make it seem. Yeah. It's a big news story when we're way far apart. But when we're getting along as far as just, I'm never going to agree with everything you think, or you won't agree with everything I do. But let me explain the depth of my experience and understand the depth of yours.
Sure.
One of the things that I think helped me, in this position was when I was running for office, and I went to every house I could find. I had people saying to me, "What are you doing out in Olga, Alva?" Because that's where children live. That's where, constituents are. And I sat down with people and asked them, what are the issues that you see? This is what I think we need to do. Do you agree, not agree? And it was not an issue. But we are never going to fix the issues in our county, our state, our world, until we sit and listen to each other and understand. Stephen Covey, seek first to understand, then to be understood.
All right, I'm looking at the time. We've got to run. This was a good conversation to have, and you're always welcome here, and we can talk about this more in detail. But we've got to run. Lee County School Board member Gwen Gittins joining us. Go ahead. Sorry.
Appreciate it so much. Have a great day, everyone.
All right, we'll see. All right, it is Daybreak, 92.5 Fox News, right all along.
Keeping it right here. We're 92.5 Fox News, and we've been right all along.
When you run a business, setbacks change everything. And online, they happen fast. With your Comcast Business Internet, you can stay ahead. And now you can add Comcast Business Security Edge to make your network more secure. It helps keep your network safe with scans every 10 minutes. And unlike some cybersecurity options, this helps protect every device that's connected. Because when your information, your people, and your company have Security Edge, you can be ready for what's next. Comcast Business, powering possibilities.
Get started with a great offer for $35 each month for 24 months for 2 years when you buy both. Want even more speed? Find out how to get 10 gigs for your small business. Call 1-800-501-6000 or go to ComcastBusiness.com today to find out more. Offer ends 11/7/21. Restrictions apply. New Comcast Business 35 megabits per second internet and one voice mobility customers only. Early termination fee applies. Requires EcoBill and AutoPay. Equipment, taxes, and fees extra and subject to change. Security Edge not included.
Minutes still matter when it comes to medical emergencies. In some cases, fast care can be life-saving, especially for heart attacks and strokes. So don't delay or be afraid to get help if you need it. Physicians Regional Healthcare System is safe and ready to care for you with limited entry points, screening for everyone, deep cleaning, and social distancing. We're taking extra precautions to help keep you safe. Don't put off emergency care. Visit ercarephysiciansregional.com or call 911 in an emergency.
Conditioned Air wants to introduce you to our new Easy Comfort solution, the coolest way to get your new AC. Now you can get a new AC unit for one low monthly payment and no down payment. Best of all, annual tune-ups, a smart thermostat, air filters, and repairs due to normal wear and tear are all included. Call Conditioned Air today, the comfort people since 1962. 1-888-COLD-AIR or online at conditionedair.com. License number CAC 1819590.
Stop. Don't purchase any diamonds, jewelry, or engagement rings until you come to Duncan's Diamonds. We are not your typical jewelry store. Here are a few reasons. Family owned. Stuart Duncan and his family have been involved in the wholesale diamond business for nearly a century. No middleman. We are direct diamond importers, offering prices 30 to 40% lower than the rest, passing all those savings to you. No pressure. We are not paid on commission. We are here to help you even if you do not purchase from us, and to make sure you are happy. The largest selection of diamonds and jewelry, access to millions of jewelry styles, and that is up to 30 times what you find in an ordinary jewelry store. Free services, like clean and check whether you purchased from us or not. Don't take our word from a radio ad. Visit Duncan's Diamonds. We will prove we will not be undersold anywhere, anytime, by anybody. Duncan's Diamonds.
US 41, Gulf Coast Town Center, and Naples at Mercado.
Hello, folks. This is Representative Bob Rommel with more interesting Florida facts. This past week, polls showed Governor Ron DeSantis with a strong approval rating. But Liberal Joe Biden's approval ranking sank to a disastrous low of 37%. And Republicans have a shot at winning the Virginia governor's race. It's no surprise. Joe Biden's border crisis is out of control. Vaccine mandates are threatening supply chains. Gas prices are skyrocketing. And inflation is on the rise. The good news is that Republicans will likely take back Congress in 2022. And Joe Manchin may switch parties and help us take back the Senate sooner. But we still must activate every conservative, because the Democrats will try their election tricks. We must expose them and register new Republican voters every day. And in the meantime, conservatives will keep leading Florida to prosperity with no income tax and no vaccine mandates. Let's keep it that way. Paid by Bob Rommel, Republican for State Representative.
Youthful, energetic, happy, sexual, strong, physical, no fear, taking the bull by the horns.
Old, tired, joint aches, overweight, wrinkled, depressed, sex. I remember what that was.
In men, low testosterone can lead to muscle loss, extra body fat, fatigue, depression, and erectile dysfunction. In women, hormonal imbalance can similarly cause extra fat around your middle and thighs, lack of desire, feminine dryness, and exhaustion. Suboptimal hormone levels are associated with the development of disease states like osteoporosis, heart disease, and stroke. At Neogenics, we specialize in testosterone, growth hormone promoters, bioidentical hormones, and nutritional programs designed to correct these imbalances and make you feel revitalized. See why patients from across the country are coming to Neogenics and take the first step to feeling great again. Call Neogenics for a free consultation at 277-9999 or find us online at neogenicmd.com. That's 277-9999. Neogenics, rediscover your youth.
Imagine replacing your old kitchen with the kitchen of your dreams. Brand new custom-made cabinet doors. Drawer fronts, hand-finished by true craftsmen. Designer hardware, new hinges, and everything installed beautifully in less than a week, start to finish. Expensive? No. To the contrary, with refacing by Cornerstone, you'll save so much, we should really talk about your master bathroom too. Go for wow. Go for Cornerstone.
I'm Lois Tomey. As Wink fights to feed hungry families, we also focus on our culinary community. Wink Taste of the Town, good food for a good cause. Join us November 6th and 7th at Fort Myers Centennial Park for tasty treats and delicious drinks. We'll showcase the best of Lee County's local restaurants and businesses, benefiting Cameo of Lee County. Live music, a children's area, and a festive feast. Just go to tasteofthetown.net for more info. Wink Taste of the Town, a weekend of family fun, all in good taste.
This break is sponsored by Cornerstone Builders. Give us the opportunity to wow you.
Wink News, traffic.
Good morning. Heading out right now through St. James City. We have a crash along Stringfellow Road near Jamerson Avenue. That's right by the Winn-Dixie Plaza. So watch out for some Lee County deputies on scene of a crash there. No major delays up and down Pine Island Road. Heading on and off of that stretch of Bokeely and out toward Pine Island. No problems as well through most of Cape Coral at our main intersections. Getting a little bit busier on the Cape Coral Bridge westbound into the Cape coming from Fort Myers, but the midpoint running up to speed in both directions. Seeing delays on Daniels Parkway westbound right through Treeline Avenue at I-75 and Colonial right near the Forum between 75 and Lee Boulevard. Seeing some of those slowdowns off of State Road 82 as well. That's your up to the minute traffic. I'm Therese O'Shea. Wink News now.
Wink Weather Authority.
We'll have
Happy Friday after another pleasant start to the day. Look for a mix of sun and clouds throughout this afternoon. Another warm and slightly more humid day today with temperatures back to 90 degrees. We'll have to watch out for some areas of isolated rain and even some thunderstorms, mainly south of the river. That includes Lee and Collier County, especially after 4 p.m. today and lingering on into the early evening hours. Things wind down as we head into tonight. Saturday off to another dry, mild start with a low near 72 degrees. 90 for your daytime high tomorrow with some isolated afternoon storms, mainly south. Yet again, those rain chances bump up a little bit more for Sunday to end out the weekend. I'm Wink News Weather Authority meteorologist Casey Sherman.
Need some inspiration? Don't look left. Look right. Here. 92.5 Fox News. Right all along.
Who will help you get there? You've spent years working, taking care of your kids, saving money, and now you're nearing retirement. Or maybe you're already retired. Now it's your turn. You get to decide where to go next. Will your retirement include travel? Do you have a guide to help you get there? Bob Grace has helped hundreds of families create their retirement roadmap. Don't let financial limitations take you off course in retirement. Bob wants you to have the retirement you've worked so hard for. Come in and meet with Bob and his team. They'll help you create a retirement roadmap that's tailored to your lifestyle and long-term financial goals. Call today at 239-249-8888 and schedule a visit. 239-249-8888 or visit retirewithgrace.com. Firm offers insurance services. Investment advisory services offered only by duly registered individuals through AE Wealth Management, LLC.
Hey, Sean Hannity here for DeVoe Cadillac. Now, you all know Cadillac is synonymous with quality. In fact, it has been the icon of American-made luxury vehicles for over 100 years. Now, DeVoe Cadillac has been in business for over 50 of those years. Now, they serve Southwest Florida as a family-owned and operated business. They've done it the whole time. The DeVoe family has embraced the same commitment to quality that Cadillac represents. Listen, I could drive whatever I like, and guess what? I choose Cadillac again and again and again because I love my Escalade. I really enjoy the comfort, I enjoy the safety, the style, and that's why, let's see, I've already purchased over 10 Cadillacs in my life, and my go-to dealer in Southwest Florida is DeVoe Cadillac. Now, I know they're going to take great care of you and your new Cadillac with expert service from the people who know it best. Get to know our friends at DeVoe Cadillac, your Cadillac dealer right here in Naples.
This is a message for all men. Look, my family doctor said my ED was incurable. There was nothing anyone could do but perform surgery. My wife was supportive. She told me it wasn't important and there were other things we could do, but deep down, I knew she was disappointed. I felt less of a man, less of a husband. I was embarrassed. I heard the ads for the Fort Myers Men's Clinic, and I thought to myself, how can the doctors at that clinic claim to resolve my erectile dysfunction in 15 minutes or less? So I called, made an appointment, my wife went with me, and let me say, my doctor was wrong. We have regained our intimacy. They can help. No matter your age or your condition, $99 for a doctor consultation and a test dose of the medication can help. Call now, 239-317-7777, 317-7777, 317-7777, or FortMyersMen'sClinic.com. And be sure to ask about the incredible Pulse ED, known to increase stamina, sensitivity, and even size.
Stuffy mornings and sleepless nights. The air in your home might be to blame. AC by Florida Comfort Systems makes your indoor air perfect with reliable Lennox products. AC by Florida Comfort Systems. Visit us online at acbyfcs.com. License number CAC 057065.
Manufactured in the USA. Plantation Shutters for You is your best choice for plantation shutters. Custom measured and installed just for you. Built to last forever. Call today for a free consultation. Discounts for all military and first responders. Also, if you support Biden, don't blink and call us. PlantationShuttersForYou.com.
Sales desk, Marty speaking.
Marty.
What?
They've all gone mad.
Who?
Victory Lane Chevrolet.
Where?
On the corner of Fowler and Winkler.
How?
During Moonlight Madness, Victory Lane's paying overbook value for trades, giving crazy discounts on new Chevys, and they don't scare customers away with insane high-pressure sales tactics.
Why? Why would they do that?
Because, Marty, you do. It's Moonlight Madness at Victory Lane Chevrolet. Get over book value for your trade and save thousands on new Chevys. Plus 0% financing for 72 months on select new Chevys. And current Costco members receive an additional $1,000 off MSRP on most new Chevys in stock. And your credit pass can't haunt you anymore with our goal 100% credit approval. Don't miss Moonlight Madness at Victory Lane Chevrolet on the corner of Fowler and Winkler. Find new roads. Online, victorylanechevrolet.com.
0% equals $13.89 per thousand finance with approved credit on select models. All rebates to dealer cannot combine offers. Costco members must provide proof of membership. Expires 10/31/21.
True relief for back and neck pain. Back pain, neck pain, we hear so much about it every day, but most people never understand what causes it. Very often, it is more than just sore muscles. Many times, it is caused by disc and nerve compression in the spine. This is very often not addressed. The only way to get pressure off the discs in the spine is to decompress the discs. Here at Johnson Spinal Care 596 Back, non-surgical spinal decompression is a specially designed, computerized table to provide gentle, precise pulling to draw pressure off the discs and release the nerves. This process draws blood back into the discs, allowing them to heal. Completely safe and comfortable for any age. No hanging upside down. Patients with stenosis sciatica, bulging discs, neuropathy, scoliosis all find great, long-lasting relief with decompression. Call my Medicare-friendly office today for a free telephone consultation. Johnson Spinal Care, 596 Back. 596-BACK. That's 596-2225.
Have lunch with Clay and Buck at noon, right after Glenn Beck at 9. 92.5 Fox News. Right all along.
239-479-5592, the talk and text line, streaming live, drewsteele.com, the website. Steele has 3 E's if you want to watch or subscribe to the podcast. Coming up in 10 more minutes, Drew's College of Political Knowledge, 4 questions on politics. The more you get right, the higher the degree. We'll see if you earn a PhD. Of course, we will see you impress your friends and family, even the kids. And you will win today a $35 gift card to Naughty Hog Backyard Barbecue, 2 locations in Collier County. So you will win that $35 gift card just for playing. So we look forward to that coming up in 10 more minutes. Also, just a little bit of a tease that I just wanted to throw out there. We were talking a little bit about this off the air, and I just wanted to make sure everybody was aware that it is that time of year. We are very, very close. We're this close. My fingers are thinly spread apart if you're not watching at drewsteele.com to 10,000 for the troops. Of course, we're going to be doing it. But I would humbly ask that maybe you start to gather your cards together, get your groups, your schools, individuals together, your community, however you've been doing it, so that we can get Christmas cards to our men and women serving overseas. You know how much it means to them. And I am worried about supply chains and mail and how quickly we're going to be able to get things out. So maybe we get a little bit of a head start. I mean, it's not much because certainly we're just, like a week away from really officially kicking everything off. But certainly to have a head start on this would be nice. So if you've been thinking about it, I've been getting a lot of emails whether or not we're doing it this year. Of course we are. And I really do believe that we can make this the biggest year ever. Many people have been asking about it. And certainly we'd like to get a head start so that we don't get bogged down in any issues, whether it's, cards, paper products, supply chain issues. I don't know. I don't know how Christmas cards are there. Maybe, hopefully you have some, maybe there's some blank cards from last year that you can fill out. But whatever the case may be, to get a head start on this, so I'm kind of teasing that out there right now, 10,000 for the troops. Just get yourself all ready because I do believe this could be the biggest year ever. All right, a couple of other things. Yeah, we're going to get to the Biden audio from yesterday and get to some of the things that he said at this town hall. Of course, it's outrageous, and there's so much of it, some of the things that he said that we will get to. I just wanted to skim some of the headlines because some of the things that I'm looking at that I wanted to talk specifically about. This is tragic to hear about Alec Baldwin shot and killed a female cinematographer and injured a director on a movie set. I guess he fired a prop gun on the set of a movie in New Mexico, and he accidentally killed the cinematographer and wounded the director of the movie. And I guess according to Breitbart, the gun had live rounds in it. Sources told Deadline which initially reported on the incident that when Baldwin cocked the gun during the rehearsal, he was unaware that there were live rounds in it. And why would I guess the first question is why is there a gun on a set where a gun is going to be used and it has a live round in it? Shouldn't we be checking those kind of things out to begin with? Number one. Number two, they don't put rounds in prop guns, do they? Like, is a prop gun? I don't know anything about this. Maybe you know more than I do on this subject, and you probably do. So if you want to call 239-479-5592. I mean, a prop gun is a prop gun. It's not a real gun. So how do you have a live? I'm just asking. How do you have a live gun? I mean, a live round in a prop gun. Is a prop gun the same as a real gun? It's the prop, but it's not supposed to have a live round in it. And then why did it have a live round in it? And does a prop gun have any kind of round in it? Jake was talking about that off the air as I was a little confused about this story, that if you've got a prop gun on a set, there should be no reason to put anything in a gun that's on a set of a movie, because with CGI and Foley is all the sound effects that they do after the fact. If they do something called ADR, which is sometimes you may notice in commercials or movies where it doesn't seem like, or it seems like somebody's voice sounds a little different than the room that they're in. And that's because with ADR, they replace somebody. If there was a problem with the audio, they'll replace somebody's voice, or if there was some kind of noise in the background when somebody was doing a moment in the movie, they'll replace that person's voice in post-production. And in post-production, you're also adding Foley, which is the sound effects, like the climbing up of the stairs, or the horse, the hooves of a horse, or wind blowing, and all of that. So you technically would put the effect, you're putting the sound of the gun, so you wouldn't need a round in there of any kind to make a sound, because you're not going to use that sound anyway. And then I just don't know enough about that aspect of it. So, but it is a tragic story to hear about that. So maybe 239-479-5592. So there's that story. Let's see. A couple of other things starting to sound like Kristen Sinema now is going to make a deal on reconciliation. Is this right? Jonathan Chait put this out. He's a big lib. New York Mag. The two plans Democrats are floating now to deal with Sinema sound like Hail Mary throws. I think this bill is in much more trouble than people realize. But then Joe Manchin, who's been talking to Bernie Sanders. And so where are we going with this? Well, there was one tweet that came out yesterday afternoon that's starting to sound conciliatory. Is that the word I'm looking for? Source familiar with Senator Sinema's thinking tells me she has agreed to tax revenue provisions that would, quote, fully pay for budget reconciliation package within the money range currently on the table. Confirming scoop first reported by Politico. So is she now... Look, you can't trust Democrats, okay? Sinema, Manchin, you can't trust them. You know what they're going to do. They're trying to get this thing across the finish line. They're going to make it sound like it's all about the cost, and we all know that it's not about the price tag. It's about what's in it, that half the people don't even know what's in it. And the fact of the matter is that the things that we do know that are in it are fundamentally going to transform and change and damage this constitutional republic in ways that we can't even imagine. It's like game over, shut out, turn off the lights. But here we are. They're going to try to do anything and everything they can to make this happen. All right, quickly, Mike and LaBelle. Mike, you know something about prop guns and movies?
Yeah, my father, my dad used to work for a movie studio, and we actually had one or two of the prop guns that would fire blinks. They were designed to fire blinks. So you'd actually have the muzzle flash, you would have everything, but it would never have live rounds in it. It was never supposed to have live rounds.
Yeah, and I guess, because I guess, Mike, the question that I would ask in this day and age, why do we need, something in the gun at all? I mean, with CGI, for a flash or anything else, it almost seems as if that's something you can do in post. It's almost like back in the day, maybe it was necessary, but now I don't know. Just a thought. I don't know.
Right. I mean, it's been some years since my father worked with the movie studio, but they did have something that was
Yeah, I'm sorry, Mike, I'm sorry. I'm having a problem hearing his phone. But anyway, yeah, to put any kind of round, it's just, I don't know. Maybe I'm, maybe, who knows? I could be off base. It just seems like after the fact, it's something you would do. All right, what other stories are we looking at? Well, you know what? Let's just go to the Biden audio because you need to hear this, and it's just, it's unbelievable. Joe Biden had what they called a town hall yesterday. Now, it was on CNN, so you know what that means. It's a joke. Not a joke?
Not a joke.
No, a joke. All right, so what are some of the things that Joe Biden said yesterday? All right, as far as Colin Powell is concerned, and his thoughts on the passing of Colin Powell. And when Joe Biden was asked, he says,
like what they're saying about my buddy Colin Powell, and he was my friend. He passed away. Colin Powell was vaccinated and he still died. Well, he knew he had serious underlying conditions, and it would be difficult. He clearly would have been gone earlier had he not gotten the vaccine.
Wait, excuse me?
Been gone earlier had he...
Wait, he says, hold on a second. He says...
And it would be difficult. He clearly would have been gone earlier had he not gotten the vaccine.
Really? How does he...
Clearly.
How does he know that? I mean, look, he had multiple myeloma. He had some other issues, certainly comorbidities, what everybody talks about, that people with comorbidities, most certainly in someone his age, should have received the vaccine. But there's no telling what would have happened had he contracted the vid, which now we see how his body reacted. But this notion that the president says...
And it would be difficult. He clearly would have been gone earlier had he not gotten the vaccine.
What is that? Okay. So that's the first thing. And as far as gas prices are concerned, I paid $4 for a gallon of gas day before yesterday. We all see what's going on with gas prices. Would love to know from the President of the United States, considering that he is the one that has taken us out of the energy independent line or chapter page section and brought us into the, hey, now we have to worry about everybody else and what they're going to do with oil and how they're going to hold that against us. What are we going to do about prices here?
There's a lot of Middle Eastern folks who want to talk to me. Mm-hmm. I'm not sure I'm going to talk to them, but the point is, it's about gas production. There's things we can do in the meantime.
Yeah, we could not shut down refineries, which he has done since he's been in office. We could not shut down pipelines, which he's done since he's been in office. We can allow for not just the exploration, but the receiving of the drilling for the getting out of the ground of oil, which we were doing before. That now, we have rigs that are being shut down. So there's something that could have been done.
Do you think do you have a timeline for gas prices of when you think they may start coming down?
My guess is you'll start to see gas prices come down as we get by and going into the into next year in 2022.
2022, everybody. So we might really, how's that going to happen? Well, wait, let him go. Let's see if he explains how the prices are going to go down by 2022.
I don't see anything that's going to happen in the meantime that's going to significantly reduce gas prices.
Okay, well, how about something that's going to happen then? Yeah, he doesn't answer that question. So it's magically going to go down. Is it going to go down by itself? How is it going to go down? What's going to happen that's going to make it go down? What are you going to do? It's almost as if, I could be crazy to say this, but it's almost as if, and if you were somebody who is evil, you would think this way, and I'm not saying he's evil, and I'm not evil, I'm just thinking as somebody who might be evil. It would be really evil if you were so desperate to pass a Build Back Better plan that you want to put as much hurt on the American people as you possibly can do on your own with your own policies that would make that hurt happen, to suggest that the way to get out of the hurt is to sign off on this Build Back Better plan and then watch how things will get better immediately, because then I will change the policies around to one that will actually help. And it'll look as if the Build Back Better plan actually is building back better when it's actually destroying back everything. I just made that up off the top of my head. Okay. There's more on Joe Biden's audio from yesterday that we'll get to. Didn't answer and didn't solve anything. He's not going to anyway. Drew's College of Political Knowledge, 4 questions on politics. The more you get right, the higher the degree. We'll see if you earn a PhD. It's the Jake Day Friday edition. He's checked out, but you're not, because you want to win that $35 gift card to Naughty Hog Backyard Barbecue with 2 locations in Collier County. So if you want that $35 gift card, call right now. The 9th caller, Jake, at 239-479-5592. 9th caller plays Drew's College next on Daybreak 92.5. Fox News right all along with traffic. Here's Therese O'Shea.
Heading out right now through I-75 southbound, major backups for a good 6-7 miles because of a crash near the exit to Corkscrew Road, mile marker 123 southbound. All lanes are now back open, but traffic is backed up coming down pretty much from Daniels Parkway through Alico Road and toward Corkscrew Road. So you can take either Three Oaks Parkway or Ben Hill Griffin Parkway as alternate routes. 41 is also a decent alternate to take right now, although it'll take you farther west out of your way. We also have a crash on Daniels Parkway right off Palomino Lane on the westbound side, causing some slight delays. No roadblock, as we can see right now. That's your up-to-the-minute traffic. I'm Therese O'Shea. Wink News now.
Wink Weather Authority.
Happy Friday. Another warm and more humid day today as temperatures climb back to near 90 degrees after a pleasant start to this morning. We will have to look out for some isolated areas of rain and perhaps even some thunderstorms south of the river today. Collier-Lee County will have the best chance of seeing that, mainly after 4 p.m. this afternoon. Saturday, Sunday, both featuring chances for storms with highs remaining near 90 degrees. I'm Wink News Weather Authority meteorologist Casey Sherman.
Liberals suck. That's why we have Clay and Buck. Clay Travis and Buck Sexton. Today, noon to 3 on 92.5 Fox News. Right, all along.
Tune in on Sunday mornings, Fox News 92.5, Dr. Amy Robbins and Maximize Living Radio. I'm going to be going over topics like leaky gut, weight loss resistance, how to fix your chronic aches and pains, how to deal with all of those things in a natural way, how to sleep better. So there's a different topic every single week that we're going to be covering. Tune in and get the help that you need.
One of the things with running is I want to enjoy the run, but I never made it very far because the arches in my feet just killed me. So when I got to the end of my rope and I said I have to do something to get rid of the pain, and a couple people recommended the Good Feet store to me. I loved how I could go in and get a free personalized arch support fitting. They put that time, that work, that effort into helping you find the right arch supports. And you can walk around this store with these in your shoes and try them out before you purchase them. So after I got my arch supports, the arches on my feet stopped hurting and the pain instantly, literally instantly went away. So if you have pain, go. Find a Good Feet store and go. There is an answer. Find the simple solution that will get rid of your pain. I'm Rondi, and that's my Good Feet story.
See how Good Feet arch supports work for you before you buy with a free fitting and test walk at the Good Feet store.
Call 552-FEET or visit us in Naples or our newest store in Fort Myers.
What makes Genesis of Naples the #1 selling Genesis dealer in the nation? It's our incredible selection and professional sales staff. Hi, I'm Sheila Zellers, owner of Genesis of Naples. When I drive my beautiful new 2021 Genesis GV80 around town, the first thing everyone says to me is, "What is that beautiful SUV?" I tell them it's the all-new first ever SUV from Genesis. Then they usually ask, "How much does it cost?" I know it's hard to believe, but it starts at just $49,500 and the fully equipped Prestige for just over $70,000. It has an amazing interior and breathtaking design and your choice of turbo engines in rear and all-wheel drive. But that's not all. We have a huge selection of the all-new 2021 Genesis G80s and G90s. Come visit Genesis of Naples on Airport Road or genesisofnaples.com. I love my GV80 and you'll love it too.
All offers with approved credit on select models based on January 2021 retail sales. 72 months at $0 per month for 1,005 months. No down payment required.
When was the last time you checked in on your insurance? Give CIG a chance to review your current coverage and find you better rates. Hi, this is Brian Chapman at Chapman Insurance Group. My team and I are dedicated to finding you the best suited coverage at the best rates. Give us an opportunity to quote your home, auto, business, or flood policy. I'm confident we can save you money for the same or better coverage. Qualified agents are standing by. Visit CIGFlorida.com or call an office near you today. Naples, Fort Myers, Cape Coral, Port Charlotte, and Punta Gorda. CIGFlorida.com.
No matter what it's like outside, Trane makes it comfortable inside. You can get a great deal now on a new heating and cooling system at Trane. Visit TraneInfo.com. Visit TraneInfo.com to find your local dealer and more. Because it's hard to stop a train.
Drew's College of Political Knowledge is presented by France Eye Care. Better vision, better life.
Attention, class. It's time for Drew's College of Political Knowledge.
It's Drew's College.
All right, let's go to Amy in Cape Coral. Hello there, Amy in Cape Coral.
Good morning. How are you?
I'm fine. It's Drew's College of Political Knowledge. 4 questions on politics. The more you get right, the higher the degree. We'll see if you earn a PhD, and your associate's degree question starts right now. All right, let's see. You remember, of course, 22 is going to be a big year for Governor Ron DeSantis as he's running for re-election. But when he won in 2018, who did he defeat? Do you remember who he beat, the Democrat that he beat to win the governor's race?
Yeah. Oh, my gosh, what was his name? Oh, my God, I can see him in my head.
Okay. Gillum, Andrew Gillum, that is correct. All right, you got an associate's to see if you get a bachelor's degree on this question. It wasn't just this president and this Democrat Party that wants to pack the courts. They would love to pack the Supreme Court. But that idea was proposed by another president way back in the 30s. Do you remember which president proposed an expansion of the Supreme Court so that he could pack it with a bunch of liberals? Do you remember who that was? In the 30s? He was president in the 30s?
FDR.
That's correct. Yeah, that's good. Whew. Man, I'll tell you what, that Google just doesn't come up. I mean, it's sometimes the brain. All right, let's see. You got a bachelor's. Let's see if you get a master's degree on this question. Let's see. It was less than 2 weeks after he was shot in 1981, this president returned to the White House. Who was that?
Oh, my gosh. He's in...
1981, he was the president. 1981.
Oh, Reagan.
Yeah, that's right, Reagan. All right, you got a master's. Let's see if you get a PhD on this question. Who won the GOP nomination for president in the year 2016? Who was that?
Trump.
That's correct. Well, all right. See that? You got a PhD, didn't you? Look at you. You're the smartest person on your phone, no doubt, Amy. And you got a $35 gift card to visit Naughty Hog Backyard Barbecue, 2 locations in Naples, one on Collier Boulevard and Pine Ridge, and in the Galleria shops there on Vanderbilt Beach. And they've got an amazing sauce selection, including Jake's favorite, which is the it's a Appalachian. It's the Alabama White. Okay, there you go. Well, congratulations, Amy. Stay right there. Okay, don't move.
Sounds good. Thank you.
Okay, you're good. Yes, you are good. Well, you're awesome. I mean, a PhD, that's about as good as it gets. All right, Matt Caldwell's coming up. A lot of things happening in the state we're going to get to coming up.
This is Daybreak. 92.5 Fox News.
When there's nothing left that makes any sense. 92.5 WFSX Estero. Fox News. Right all along.
A deadly shooting during a film shoot. I'm Dave Anthony, Fox News, and a famous actor starring in the movie was the one holding the gun. Fox's Tanya J. Powers explains what happened live.
Dave, Santa Fe, New Mexico sheriff's officials say Alec Baldwin discharged a prop firearm on the set of Rust. It's a Western that's filming on the outskirts of Santa Fe. The film's cinematographer was killed and the director was hurt. Sheriff's deputies responded around 2 o'clock yesterday afternoon to the Bonanza Creek Ranch after 911 calls described a person being shot on set. Baldwin gave a statement to sheriff's officials who called the investigation, quote, open and active. No charges have been filed at this point, Dave.
Tanya, Pfizer's just reported its COVID vaccine trial for kids 5 to 11 shows the shots are 90% effective as the FDA considers approval. The day after the CDC gave final approval to the fully vaccinated to get another dose of Moderna 6 months later with this recommendation.
People should get a booster if they're 65 or older, nursing home residents, or have health issues. And everyone who got the Johnson & Johnson vaccine is being urged to get a booster 2 months later. That's because the single-shot vaccine hasn't been as protective.
Fox's Jill Nato. President Biden told a CNN town hall last night vaccine mandates are working, then appeared to mock those who refuse.
Freedom. I have the freedom to kill you with my COVID. No, I mean, come on, freedom.
The president also said there's no immediate relief for high gas prices. As for supply chain issues raising other prices, he's considering using the National Guard.
However, shortly after, the White House was quick to walk it back, issuing a statement saying requesting the use of the National Guard at the state level is under the purview of governors, and we are not actively pursuing the use of the National Guard on a federal level.
That's Fox's Griff Jenkins. America's listening to Fox News.
This Wink News update is presented by New South Window Solutions. Find them online at newsouthwindow.com.
Wink News traffic.
Heading out right now through I-75 southbound, major backups for a good 6-7 miles because of a crash near the exit to Corkscrew Road, mile marker 123 southbound. All lanes are now back open, but traffic is backed up coming down pretty much from Daniels Parkway through Alico Road and toward Corkscrew Road. So you can take either Three Oaks Parkway or Ben Hill Griffin Parkway as alternate routes. 41 is also a decent alternate to take right now, although it'll take you farther west out of your way. We also have a crash on Daniels Parkway right off Palomino Lane on the westbound side, causing some slight delays. No roadblock, as we can see right now. That's your up-to-the-minute traffic. I'm Therese O'Shea. Wink News now.
Wink Weather Authority.
Well, happy Friday after another pleasant start to the day. Look for a mix of sun and clouds throughout this afternoon. Another warm and slightly more humid day today with temperatures back to 90 degrees. We'll have to watch out for some areas of isolated rain and even some thunderstorms, mainly south of the river. That includes Lee and Collier County, especially after 4 p.m. today and lingering on into the early evening hours. Things wind down as we head into tonight. Saturday off to another dry, mild start with a low near 72 degrees. 90 for your daytime high tomorrow with some isolated afternoon storms, mainly south. Yet again, those rain chances bump up a little bit more for Sunday to end out the weekend. I'm Wink News Weather Authority meteorologist Casey Sherman.
Does 92.5 Fox News have a live stream? You bet. Go to rightallalong.net. Southwest Florida knows 92.5 Fox News is the right place for the best live and local talk. From 6 to 9, Drew Steele's Live and Local. Trey Radel in The Drive is local and live at 5. Drew Steele, mornings 6 to 9. Trey Radel on The Drive, afternoons at 5. Southwest Florida's live and local talk is always right here. 92.5 Fox News. Right all along.
Hi, this is Earl Ron. I'm the president of New South Window Solutions. What I like people to understand about our company is what's unique about us. We manufacture, we install, we guarantee. We go out of our way to make it easy. If you're thinking about buying new windows, consider New South. Don't even think about buying windows from anyone else till you see what our factory can do for you. New South windows are made in Florida, for Florida homes, by Florida workers.
Going on now, save 35% off factory direct windows and doors. Call 1-800-NEW-WINDOWS.
When you run a business, setbacks change everything. And online, they happen fast. With your Comcast Business Internet, you can stay ahead. And now you can add Comcast Business Security Edge to make your network more secure. It helps keep your network safe with scans every 10 minutes. And unlike some cybersecurity options, this helps protect every device that's connected. Because when your information, your people, and your company have Security Edge, you can be ready for what's next. Comcast Business. Powering possibilities.
Get started with a great offer for $35 each month for 24 months for 2 years when you buy both. Want even more speed? Find out how to get 10 gigs for your small business. Call 1-800-501-6000 or go to ComcastBusiness.com today to find out more. Offer ends 11/7/21. Restrictions apply. New Comcast Business 35 megabits per second internet and one voice mobility customers only. Early termination fee applies. Requires EcoBill and AutoPay. Equipment, taxes, and fees extra and subject to change. Security Edge not included.
We believe in better. A better way to invest, a better way to serve you, and a better result. We can help you determine how much risk you're taking, red flags that could be potential problems for you, how much you're paying in fees or commissions, potential tax liability, or even how to address Social Security.
Tune in to WealthWorks Radio with Eric Carney every Sunday morning at 9 a.m. on 92.5 Fox News Radio.
Searching everywhere for great prices on appliances? No, you're not, because you have better things to do. Besides, Good Deals has it for less, and they have plenty of items in stock despite shortages everywhere else. Remember, Good Deals guarantees the lowest price on everything they sell. Find a lower price anywhere, and Jay will beat it, guaranteed. Visit one of the showrooms in Fort Myers, Naples, and Cape Coral, or shop online at GoodDealsAppliances.com.
Good Deals Appliances. Have we got a deal for you?
At Mr. Sparky, we're America's on-time electrician. We all count on our home's electrical outlets to provide us the power we need when we need it. But sometimes an overloaded circuit can lead to a blown outlet. So leave it to the pros at Mr. Sparky. We'll get it done right and get it done safely. Call now for $70 off any electrical repair.
You don't have to put up with any malarkey. Call 888.
Limitations and restrictions may apply. Independently owned and operated. Licensed in the respective state or county.
Hi, Stuart Duncan here of Duncan's Diamonds. People come into our store here in Southwest Florida and are amazed by the selection of beautiful fine jewelry and at exceptional prices. At Duncan's Diamonds, I will make sure personally that we give you the finest quality at the best possible prices. We get very excited about diamonds and are here to help you find that special diamond. We have the largest selection of magnificent and exclusive designer styles for you to choose from. Also, if you find a diamond or style on the internet, bring in a picture and we will get it or make it exactly to your specifications. And our prices and quality will exceed your expectations. I personally guarantee it. At Duncan's Diamonds, we will not be undersold by anyone, anywhere, or any place, and you can count on it. Come in and see us in Fort Myers on US 41, Gulf Coast Town Center, and in Naples at the Mercado Shopping Center.
From 92.5 Fox News.
It's the stuff Southwest Florida is talking about.
It's Daybreak. Now, here's the guy at the epicenter of what's important to those of us who live in Southwest Florida. Drew Steve.
Hey, good morning, Southwest Florida. Glad you're here. 239-479-5592, the talk and text line, streaming live, drewsteele.com, the website, Steele has 3 E's. We do appreciate you watching the program and subscribing to the podcast. We're going to get to Matt Caldwell, who's going to join us. We're going to talk about some things that are happening here in the state in just a second, some important things that you need to know about, good stuff, and some not so good stuff. But we'll get to all of it coming up. I just wanted to touch on some of the headlines because Democrats lie. Look, if the mouths are moving, they're lying. If they're thinking, they're probably thinking about lies. They're probably imagining and crafting ways to lie to you, the American people. It's almost as if they just are flipping you the bird. They just don't. That's what it is. The Democrats truly do not. I mean, do you need examples? Okay. Hey, remember this little goodie?
Dr. Fauci, do you still support funding of the NIH funding of the lab in Wuhan?
Senator Paul, with all due respect, you are entirely and completely incorrect that the NIH has not ever and does not now fund gain-of-function research.
Yeah, that's a lie. Top NIH official admitted Wednesday in a letter that the U.S.-funded so-called gain-of-function research in Wuhan that was given by the NIH to EcoHealth Alliance and Peter Daszak, and they failed to report that they had created a chimeric bat, the coronavirus, which could infect humans. So in other words, in this letter, they admitted that, yeah, they got funding from the NIH. So it's a big fat lie, and they don't care, and the Fauci doesn't care because he's just going to flip you the bird. I mean, it's just, bird, but they flip you the bird. That's what they do. It's just like the song. Also, you've got the Attorney General of the United States, Merrick Garland. Man, that guy was supposed to be, and he should have been, the next Supreme Court justice. Can you imagine? Because there wouldn't be any partisanship there at all. And yesterday we come to find out that the only way that he figured out and knew that something should be done with the domestic terrorists that are the domestic terrorists that show up to school board meetings, is because of the fact that he got a letter from the National School Board Association. I mean, is that what you were saying, Jim Jordan, questioning the Attorney General on Capitol Hill yesterday about this?
First sentence of your memo, very first sentence, you said, in recent months, there's been a disturbing spike in harassment, intimidation, threats of violence.
Yes.
When did you first review the data showing this so-called disturbing uptick?
So I read the letter,
And we have been seeing over time threats.
Whoa. I didn't ask you. So you read the letter. That's your source?
So let me be clear. This is not a prosecution or an
Is there some study, some effort, some investigation someone did that said there's been a disturbing uptick, or you just take the words of the National School Board Association?
Well, the National School Board Association, which represents thousands.
Yeah, that's what he did. So it was about newspapers and the School Board Association letter. And then we come to find out that not only that, there's another lie that was been perpetrated. You know, this was you as a domestic terrorist. That's what you are. And everybody knows it. And we have the evidence. No. Not only do we not have the evidence, but we also find out that under questioning that, it was about the letter. But we also come to find out that the White House was involved in a lot of this that was going on through the Free Beacon. Emails obtained by parents defending education through public records requests and reviewed by the Washington Free Beacon reveal that the National School Board Association's president and CEO sent a letter to Biden on September 29th without approval from the organization's board. The letter said that the acts of some parents at school board meetings across the country could be considered a form of domestic terrorism and hate crimes. So the White House knew all about this, and they got the letter as well. So did the DOJ help to craft this? I'm just telling you, they don't care. They just flip you the bird. Bird, but they flip you the bird. Okay. With that, here's a very awkward segue right to Matt Caldwell, who has been sitting patiently, waiting for me to pick the phone up. Hi, Matt. How are you?
I'm doing great this morning. Really is astounding. People just have no shame. They will claim anything regardless of the facts, particularly these folks in Washington. I'm just absolutely stunned.
Yep, and that's why it's always good to have a governor that maybe will be pushing back on certain things like mandates that we're going to get to in just a second. Even though it's the president of the United States who's claiming that we want to do is what our freedom is killing people with COVID. It's some outrageous things that are going on. We'll get to in a second. Something here that has happened in Southwest Florida for the first time in over 100 years. What is that?
Well, we will have a presiding officer in the legislature. Our state senator, Kathleen Passidomo, was designated this week. She will take over as the Senate president after the 22 election. And it's been since 1905. We had a speaker from Charlotte County. He became Governor Gilchrist. That was our last presiding officer. So really a historic moment for Southwest Florida, for sure.
Oh, there you go. All right. So that is some exciting news, and certainly as we get closer and closer to session, we'll be talking more about some of the things that she will be dealing with, certainly on the Senate side and the House side as well. A busy year coming up, so we'll get to that. Busy for the governor as well, as I'm looking at what is something that is extremely cool. I don't know if it's going to be on a T-shirt, but it's really cool. Don't tread on Florida. And it has an alligator there instead of the snake. Don't tread on me. Well, no, don't tread on Florida. And it has his signature, and it's right there with the big alligator. He is not about treading on the state of Florida, the Gadsden flag, featuring an alligator instead of the rattlesnake. Pretty cool. And he put this out there because, listen, we don't want the federal government intruding on this state in a lot of different ways, including vaccine mandates. What do we have with that?
Well, the governor announced at his press conference, where we saw this new flag, this new image show up, that he's calling a special session. The House and Senate are going to come back together in November. They're currently working out the specific dates and the total scope of the issues, but the main thrust of it is the governor wants the legislature to take action against the federal government on Joe Biden's vaccine mandates, on the questions surrounding really all of these issues. Are people free to live their lives, or are they essentially wards of the federal government? And the governor believes that he needs the legislature to take action and make permanent a lot of the things he's been doing through his executive office over this last summer, and give him the ability, if it comes to a fight, if it gets escalated to the next level, he needs to then go and be able to litigate against the feds, and is looking for the legislature to really give him the teeth to do that. And I suspect they will, Drew. This is really the defining issue of our time.
Yeah, I mean, certainly when you think about, you and your personal liberty, your body, and the choices that you get to make for your family and who gets to decide that. Yesterday, he said, quote, "At the end of the day, you shouldn't be discriminated against based on your health decisions. We want to provide protection for people who want to make it clear that in Florida, your right to earn a living is not contingent on whatever choices you're making in terms of these injections. And he also said that businesses forcing employees to get vaccinated, that's something that a lot of people aren't talking about, could potentially be held liable if someone has an adverse reaction to the injection. I'm sure people have talked about that, as a side note, but certainly the president doesn't think that way. By the way, did you hear about what he thinks about freedom, your freedom? Did you hear this from yesterday? Let me just play this audio. You can comment because, as we're talking about mandating vaccines and the like, and he says...
The idea is that, look, the two things that concern me, one are those who just try to make this a political issue. Freedom. I have the freedom to kill you with my COVID. No, I mean, come on, freedom.
Yeah, come on, freedom. I have the freedom to kill you with my COVID. That's where we are now, Matt Caldwell. It's the president of the United States who's making the suggestion. Well, I mean, there's so many ways that you can dissect this, one of which is freedom. Freedom. And then the other one is, I had no idea that I have the ability to kill people with my COVID. Like that's a thing. Like that happens. Like that's a possibility. Like that people that are vaccinated also, go ahead. I'll just let you do it.
Well, you really, there's just two stunning parts to that. And one is the part that
only two?
Well, listen, I'm trying to narrow it down for time.
Yeah, go ahead.
Look, there's the part that justifiably makes us angry. I mean, to mock freedom in the country that's founded on that principle, on the principle that we have the individual liberty to direct our own lives. I mean, he is directly assaulting the Constitution. He's directly assaulting the fundamentals of our government. But I just am even more stunned. I mean, look, he is as callow a politician as there is. And I don't understand why he continues to plow into this narrative. It's not winning him any votes. I mean, any just average person can just glance at the news and see where his numbers are and where our governor and where our state's at, and how people are voting with their feet and with their minds and what's coming. I mean, you look at the polling that's turned in the Virginia gubernatorial race coming up this next month.
Yep.
We're moving away from Democrats who embrace this kind of crazy, between the education and the vaccine mandates. I just don't get the politics of it. It is incredibly, incredibly bizarre.
Well, I think I get the politics of it. I think the politics are that we're showing who we are, and that's the whole Flippy the Bird song. That's the song that I was playing for you. Here you go. You want your answer? Here's the answer. That's what they do. They just don't care. This is it. This is who we are. This is like
embrace it. I mean, now they're telling us.
Right.
And let's go for it.
All the lies. It's like, this is who we are. And I think that in a lot of ways, when people, I just had this conversation the other day. There's somebody that cannot wrap their head around the fact that all of this is happening. It is clearly, when it comes to gas prices, inflation, when it comes to our border security, when it comes to how we are addressing issues across the globe, Afghanistan and the like, it's all man-made. It is made by one man and an administration. This is something that they are creating. And the question keeps coming up, well, why would they do this? 2022 is just around the corner. How could they possibly think they're going to win elections when all of these are losing propositions for the American people? And that's where we turn around, and I turn around and say, well, if they're so blatant about it, and he says this about freedom, and he's putting it in your face, the bird, bird, bird song, and this is what Democrats do, then what's the motivation behind it? There has to be motivation. And it's almost as if the motivation is this Build Back Better plan has to pass. And you've got to feel the most hurt in this country that you possibly can to turn to this administration for help on one side of it. And then the other side of it is this new world order that's coming around to say, listen, we're not going to be the same country we used to be. We're going to be more woke than we are concerned about China and hypersonic missiles. We're going to be more concerned about rainbow flags flying over Kabul as opposed to doing something when it comes to leaving Afghanistan and keeping Bagram and all these different things that they've spelled it out for the world and for the American people. But ultimately, there is a plan here in place. Does that make sense?
Well, I think it absolutely does. What it does is reveal their true colors. I mean, you think back to the last disastrous administration like this with Jimmy Carter. And he goes on TV and tells everybody they'll just have to accept life is not going to be as good as it used to be. That was kind of the nice Mr. Rogers version. Now they've taken the mask off, and they are going after it. And Drew, I think the biggest thing we have to pay attention to is what they really do try to pass. And it's not, as things turn against them and as the tide in politics turns against them the next year, don't take from that they're going to back down. In fact, they're not. Think back to what Nancy Pelosi did with Obamacare. She knew it would sink their ownership, their rule of the U.S. House in that next election, but they saw it as a historic change, and they passed it. Right. She bullied it through and got it passed. And so don't sleep on this. Don't look at it and say this is so absurd. They've got to be learning from it. The truth is, even if they know they're going to lose, then they get really desperate and try to pass what they can before we kick them out next year.
Yeah, and, you brought this up, Matt Caldwell, and speaking of masks, that takes us even here locally, a couple of things going on. I heard that there might be some changes with masks in schools and Lee County from yesterday night, the school board meeting. I guess there was a discussion about whether it's going to be optional or mandatory for teachers wearing masks, or what did we come up with? Did we come up with anything?
Well, as you know, with our school district, the first thing is trying to track down which meeting they're going to discuss which topic at, because they seem to like to meet 4 to 5 times a day, every day of the week. Yeah. But our understanding is today they're going to actually meet and discuss potentially repealing the current mandate. There is an option for parents to opt out, and we fought for that. The governor fought for that. We were able to get that restored several weeks ago for the children. But the teachers, the employees, are still required to wear a mask every single day. And so this policy is going to be revisited. I don't hold out hopes. I mean, this is a board that has pushed against the wishes of this community for the last couple of years, and particularly on this issue this year. So, I would love to be surprised today, Drew, but certainly if you feel strongly about this, today is an opportunity to go and tell them once again that it is about freedom, and this is a county that believes in freedom more than any other county in America.
And don't let them intimidate you. This idea that somehow you're some kind of domestic terrorist and we're going to wand you and do all of these things and make you feel uncomfortable entering a building that you have every right to be in because it's your dollars that pay for it and their salaries. But at the same time, that also shows the arrogance of what is happening on our school boards and why things have to change. We have a school board in Lee County, for example, where, listen, they're pretty bold in the statements that they make about what they think about critical race theory, what they think about the money, half-cent sales taxes, and don't ask where the money's going or how it's being spent, or if you do, we've got, don't you worry, we got people that are keeping an eye on it. It's fine. All you need to do is ask, and then you ask, and it's like, yeah. But other things that are going on, maybe if that was a little dramatic, but the point is that I know, okay, but it is a board that feels like they are treating you just the way that it's being described across the country, which is, we know better than you. Sit down, and if you want to say a few things, you got a minute or less.
No, this is exactly what the focus is. It's not whether you believe in the Constitution. It's not whether you believe in freedom. It's whether you believe the children belong to the parents or they belong to the state. These school boards are indoctrinated. These school board organizations are focused on the perspective that the children belong to the teachers and to the school board, not to the parents. And when they say that part out loud, that's why Terry McAuliffe might lose the race for governor, because he finally said that out loud. I remember I was on the floor of the House several years ago, and one of the Democratic members said, parents don't know what's good for their own kids. And I mean, you just heard the pin drop. You couldn't believe he would say that part out loud. That's what this fight is. Who do the children belong to? And they belong to us, ultimately, and we're the ones that get to decide what the policies are.
Yeah. All right, Matt Caldwell, great to hear from you, and let's try to do this again maybe next week if you're not too busy, because I want to catch up on a couple of other topics, if that's okay.
Always good.
Always good. See, Jake? Always good. And so is the song. The song's really good. Okay, I just had to leave you with that. Bye, Matt Caldwell.
See you guys.
Okay. He had nothing to say about the song. It's true. All right, it's Daybreak 92.5 Fox News, right all along.
It's all right here at 92.5 Fox News. We've been right all along.
Hello, I'm Brian Resney, president of Resney Wealth Management and host of the Resney Wealth Report and TV show on the weekends. Investors come to my TV and radio shows to learn and to get educated so they can make better decisions about their retirement and their portfolio. What's your risk management strategy? Are you willing to subject your portfolio to another massive decline in a set it and forget it strategy, or are you looking for a difference? Listen to my show Sunday mornings, 10 to noon on 92.5 Fox News Radio.
People sometimes may wonder why they need a big law firm after their injury. Imagine you're on your way to work and then, bam, your whole life changes. You're injured and now you have to fight for justice. Your opponent is not the driver of the car that hit you. It's their insurance company. When you're fighting to get what you deserve, it's go big or go home. When it comes to law, size matters. We're America's largest injury law firm, Morgan & Morgan. Visit forthepeople.com for an office near you.
Offices, Fort Myers and Naples.
You know what you want to do in retirement, but do you know how to get there? Tune in to Retire with Grace with Bob Grace, Saturday mornings at 8 and Sundays at noon to get the answers to your retirement planning questions. Plan today so you can do the things you've always dreamt about doing in retirement. Don't miss Retire with Grace, a Tri-Found company, Saturday mornings at 8 and Sundays at noon. Firm offers insurance services. Investment advisory services offered only by duly registered individuals through AE Wealth Management, LLC.
Fox News listeners, Saturday morning is the perfect time to talk boats and water fun in Southwest Florida. This is Adam Botana again from Baywater Sousa Boat Club. Join us every Saturday morning from 7 to 8 for the Baywater Boat Club Hour. We talk boats, fishing, boating hotspots, water quality, on top of Jake the Millennial and I just having fun on the radio. And if you don't have a boat, Baywater Sousa Boat Club has got you covered. Just call me, Adam, at 239-495-0455.
When Truly Nolan is on the chase, what do you know? You know they're faster than a speeding cockroach, able to leap into spaces where only spiders hide. You know they're smarter than conniving ants and more nimble than a swarm of mosquitoes. You know whatever they're after, they'll get the job done right. Because when Truly Nolan is in hot pursuit, you know there's no escape. Schedule your free estimate today and get $50 off pest control by going to trulynolan.com or call us at 800-GO-TRULY.
Getting older has its advantages. Early bird dinners, senior discounts, day drinking. If you're one of the millions turning 65 soon, it might be time to take a look at your insurance options. Original Medicare, Medicare Advantage, so much to keep in mind. At Millennium Physician Group, half our patients are 65 plus. No matter what insurance benefits you choose, make sure your Millennium primary care doctor is part of your plan and your connection to a healthier life. Millennium Physician Group. Connect today. 844-CALL-MPG. MillenniumPhysician.com.
Hi, I'm Ty Laster, Managing Partner and CEO of Key City Capital. So why are we here in Southwest Florida? Well, at KCAP, our mission is to connect capital to wealth for all of our partners through passive real estate investments. And very simply, we generate and distribute double-digit returns for our investors by investing in single-family homes and apartments and unique alternative cash-flowing asset-backed investments.
Call us today at 239-330-2080 or check us out online today at kcap925.com.
Manufactured in the USA, Plantation Shutters for You is your best choice for plantation shutters. Custom measured and installed just for you. Built to last forever. Call today for a free consultation. Discounts for all military and first responders. Also, if you support Biden, don't blink and call us. PlantationShuttersForYou.com.
This update is presented by Stevie Tomato Sports Page in Fort Myers, Cape Coral, and Naples.
Wink News, traffic.
Good morning. I-75 southbound is backed up, heading south of Daniels Parkway toward Alico Road and even closer to the Corkscrew Road exit because of an earlier crash that is now off to the side of the road near that exit to Corkscrew around mile marker 123 southbound. However, we're still seeing all those backups filtering through along that stretch of the interstate. 41 looking good if you'd like to take that as an alternate, or you could take Tree Line to Ben Hill Griffin Parkway or Tree Line Avenue down to Alico Road and then take Three Oaks Parkway from there. That's your up-to-the-minute traffic. I'm Therese O'Shea. Wink News now.
Wink Weather Authority.
Well, happy Friday after another pleasant start to the day. Look for a mix of sun and clouds throughout this afternoon. Another warm and slightly more humid day today with temperatures back to 90 degrees. We'll have to watch out for some areas of isolated rain and even some thunderstorms, mainly south of the river. That includes Lee and Collier County, especially after 4 p.m. today and lingering on into the early evening hours. Things wind down as we head into tonight. Saturday off to another dry, mild start with a low near 72 degrees. 90 for your daytime high tomorrow with some isolated afternoon storms, mainly south. Yet again, those rain chances bump bump up a little bit more for Sunday to end out the weekend. I'm Wink News Weather Authority meteorologist Casey Sherman.
The news you need, the host you trust, getting it right all day and all night. 92.5 Fox News. Right all along.
Hi, I'm Big Al from Stevie Tomatoes. You've heard me say we're the working and retired person's country club. This means coming in for a meal, a drink, or with a party, and we will obtain your complete satisfaction with our food, service, and value. We strive for excellence with your service experience and our food. So on the rare occasion we fall short, tell us and we'll fix it. Plus, at Stevie Tomatoes, there are no pretenses, no attitudes, high prices, or rushing you in or out. Come relax, enjoy yourself, and be yourself. At Stevie's, we love meeting the men and women who currently and in the past work hard to make America great. We appreciate their values, honesty, industriousness, and affection for this great country. So head to Stevie's, where we strive for excellence in everything we do. I guarantee it. In Naples, Fort Myers, and Cape Coral. Come, come, come.
Stevie Tomatoes, sports page. Come for the food. Stay for the sports.
Lusk, Drasites, and Tulisano believes winning cases is no accident. Your case is important. Pick a firm with resources to actually prosecute your case. If your case is accepted, you're guaranteed to not pay a single penny in fees or costs unless you get a favorable settlement or verdict. Lusk, Drasites, and Tulisano has over 35 years of experience handling personal injury cases in Florida. Visit ldtlaw.com for a free consultation today. Winning is no accident. Lusk, Drasites, and Tulisano. ldtlaw.com.
Conditioned Air is looking for the best of the best in HVAC to join our winning team. If you consider yourself an A player and love customer service, you should apply so we can get your career path started. We have several top-paying positions available now in Sarasota, Fort Myers, and Naples. Find out more about our new hire bonus and apply online at conditionedair.com. Conditioned Air, the comfort people since 1962. License number CAC 1819590.
This is State Representative Spencer Roach with the most important radio ad I've ever recorded. My message is this: taking back the White House is important, and regaining our majority in the U.S. House and Senate are critical. But the most important vote you will ever cast is for your local school board members. The Lee County School Board has been hijacked by progressive radicals. They get elected because in Florida, school board candidates are allowed to hide their party affiliation from voters. This is wrong, and I've filed a bill that will allow voters to know the party affiliation of every school board candidate on the ballot. Let's put an end to liberal Democrats sneaking into office in our conservative community. This is Spencer Roach, and my top priority is to send these radicals packing. I believe that parents, not government, know what's best for their children, and I will use all the powers of my office to defend your rights. Remember this: it's your school board, and they work for you. Sponsored by Friends of Spencer Roach, P.O. Box 3179, North Fort Myers, Florida, 33918.
High winds don't knock before they destroy your patio door. Windborne debris doesn't ask permission to ruin your carpet and furniture. Storms don't wait for an invitation to pop in. Nature doesn't care. That's why you need CGI Element Shield windows and patio doors, only at Lowe's. Element Shield windows and patio doors eliminate the need for shutters or plywood because they're built to stand up to whatever nature throws at you. Whether you have new or existing construction, Element Shield can customize a window or patio door that protects you and your family. And looks great doing it. It also provides a significant noise barrier and might just reduce your insurance costs. CGI Element Shield windows and patio doors are available only at Lowe's. So visit CGI@Lowe's.com right now to find a Lowe's near you that sells CGI Element Shield windows and doors. CGI@Lowe's.com. Because nature doesn't care.
Jason and Todd are celebrating love this weekend as they welcome world-renowned designers A. Jaffe and My Caroline to the Diamond District for their never-ending love event. Featuring stunning and unforgettable diamond eternity rings offered at 20% less than designers' manufactured pricing.
Trust. It's the rock-solid foundation of Moran Wealth Management. Over 40 years ago, they began advising clients on ways to help meet their financial goals. 4 decades later, we've helped many reach their goals of providing for themselves themselves, their families, and future generations. CEO Tom Moran has assembled an impressive team of professionals, each committed to the same core concept. Tom is recognized by Barron's as a Hall of Fame advisor. To be named a Hall of Fame advisor, the advisor has to have been ranked by Barron's consecutively for the last 10 years in any of their rankings. Let us earn your trust. Call 239-920-4440 or visit moranwm.com. Barron's rankings are based on data provided by thousands of advisors. Factors included in the rankings were assets under management, revenue produced for the firm, regulatory record, length of service, quality of practice, and client retention. Investment products and services are offered through Wells Fargo Advisors Financial Network, LLC, WFAFN, member SIPC. Moran Wealth Management is a separate entity from WFAFN.
Southwest Florida, are you getting the most out of your Medicare benefits? Annual enrollment is October 15th through December 7th. With the United Healthcare Medicare Advantage Plan, you get more for your Medicare dollar, including benefits like vision, hearing, dental care, and much more. Take advantage. Call United Healthcare today at 1-855-608-8763. That's 1-855-608-8763. Benefits, features, or devices vary by plan and area. Limitations and exclusions apply.
Rock Solid wants you to be our customer at Rock Solid Countertops and More. $9.99 gets it done. For a limited time only, get a full set of kitchen countertops from $9.99 installed. Rock Solid guarantees to beat any competitor's prices, including installation. So come see Hugo and his team in Naples. And now serving Port Charlotte at 4135 Tamiami Trail. Visit rocksolidnaples.com. Rock Solid, where $9.99 gets it done.
After Drew, it's Glenn Beck 9 till noon. You've come to the right place. 92.5 Fox News. Right. All along.
All right, listen, it's Jake Day. It's Friday. We call Fridays Jake Day because it's the day that Jake officially checks out of the show. He's just completely gone. And we always, we don't appreciate it. We just know it's coming. So I don't even want to waste time. I want to jump right in. Mike Opelka, pureopelka.com. What a busy night last night. All kinds of things that are happening. Why would we wait? We jump right in. Hi.
Well, I don't know if I'm ready to jump right in. I don't accept this acquiescing to Jake's slackery. I don't know if this is correct.
Well, you have to. Can he hear you? Let me see.
He can hear me.
Okay, he can hear. Can you hear Jake talking right now? Let's see.
Hey, Mike.
Can you hear him?
What? Yeah, I can. But
okay.
I think.
Well, let him give you an answer. Well, go ahead,
right.
Jake. Explain Jake Day to Mike Opelka because this is new to him.
So Drew thinks that I don't pay attention. Okay. But he thinks that I don't pay attention.
No, thinking is not a process in this.
Listen.
Okay.
He is convinced that on Fridays, I'm here, but I'm not here. So physically, I am here. But mentally and emotionally, I have checked out.
Completely. And so we call it Jake Day. And so...
it's a way for us to celebrate my lack of enthusiasm.
Mm-hmm.
Say, I'm against this.
Wait. Against calling it Jake Day or against Jake checking out?
I'm against permitting this to happen. I think this is part of the destruction of America, where you might as well lower all the standards. You're the Washington Post. Lowered expectations.
Well, it is. That's why Jake the millennial. Those are millennial things, which we don't encourage. It's not every millennial, but it's 99% of it's like the 4 out of 5 dentist survey. Jake's not the one dentist that's like, sugar the kids up. I need the money. Not like that.
Okay.
So
all right. Well, all right. So last night there were all these sporting events going on.
Yep.
You had playoff baseball. You had football games. You had all kinds of things that you would expect the American people to want to tune into.
Yep.
So what does the Biden administration do in the wake of their sagging and diminishing polls?
They wait until all of it's done and then find a good time to squeeze in the president that doesn't interrupt everybody's fun.
No.
Oh, okay.
No, they did a town hall last night. And I just don't know what they're thinking. Optics is like chapter 1 in politics,
Right.
You plan stuff when you're going to get the most bang for your buck. But these bobos, they went over to CNN and said, hey, you got anything going on Thursday night? Well, we had planned on watching some playoff baseball and a couple of football games.
Yeah, but
why? What do you want to do? Well, we'd like to do the town hall. So they set up this town hall, and it's not like these sporting events sneak up on anybody. This was pre-planned as well. They knew that what they were up against. I'm waiting to see what the numbers are. CNN's had trouble cracking 1 million in terms of audience numbers, while Fox is crushing 2.5, 3
Easy.
million.
Yep.
Yeah. So I'm waiting to see what comes of this, but this really had to be one of the biggest blunders. If you're looking at your team, you got to be saying, why are we doing this? America doesn't care about this. And I guess they're saying, well, we're doing it so we can get some great clips for campaigns. And did you actually manage to stay awake during this 90 minutes of town hall? Because I don't think Biden did.
Yeah, well, he did make this weird fist gesture, like a cartoon character. Like he was standing there doing this thing with his fists. It was like an MTV show back in the day. What was the cartoon with the MTV characters? Do you remember, Jake the Millennial? Do you know what I'm talking about? The cartoon characters, MTV.
Celebrity Deathmatch.
No, not
Ren
Ren
and Stimpy?
No, not Ren and No, the ones where the one guy, all he did was go.
Oh, Beavis and
Oh,
Butthead.
Beavis and Butthead.
Yeah, that's right. He did this Beavis and Butthead stance. It was really bizarre with his fist, and he was holding it out like. Anyway, that's not what you were talking about.
No. 2 minutes into it, he did the whispering thing, which was creepy as all hell, because that is just crazy. But Joe Biden fell off the beam a couple of times last night, and even Anderson Cooper he was like the bumpers in the bowling alley where the kids can't throw gutter balls.
Right.
That's Anderson Cooper. He's there trying to make sure that Joe doesn't fall too far into the reaches.
He's Joe's gutter bumper.
He is. He's Joe's gutter bumper. Well, they were trying to get some clarity on gas prices, because, hey, we saw a town in California, 40 miles outside of LA yesterday, charging $7.59 a gallon.
Oh my gosh.
For regular. And it's insane. So I don't know if you remember this, but this was the explanation that drove me nuts last night.
Gas prices relate to a foreign policy initiative that is about something that goes beyond the cost of gas.
Now, that phrase alone should be enough to trigger a 25th Amendment inquiry right now.
Right.
Right
True
now.
international
Gas prices go beyond our borders to a foreign policy. Hold on a second. I'm going to do it like Joe. We were energy independent before you got in here. But wait, there's more.
Okay.
That's because of the supply being withheld by OPEC. And so there's a lot of negotiation that is.
Yeah.
There's a lot of Middle Eastern folks want to talk to me.
So there's a whole bunch of Middle Eastern folks that want to talk to me. I almost lost my ability to even. That 21 seconds is reason enough. God forbid we had the Congress and the Senate, the House and the Senate. We would have been impeaching him today. We would have been employing the cabinet to 25th Amendment him.
Right.
That insanity.
Yep.
There's a whole bunch of Middle Eastern people who want to talk to me. I'll bet there are. Not all of them with good intentions.
Now, hold on. Let's give him credit, okay? Because there was one thing that he did say last night that he was spot on. So hold on. Can I just play this? Here it is.
Yeah,
this
sure.
is okay. He's like, "What are you talking about?" Here you go. Here's one thing that I think he was spot on about. Here it is.
We're going to get into a lot of those details. Just though, are you close to a deal?
I think so. Look, I was a senator for 370 years.
There you go. He's right. He was a senator for 370 years. I'm convinced that that's what it is. It's like Joe Biden has never left the planet. He's like a vampire. He just keeps coming back.
Well, for whatever reason, I can't hear your clip. So
Oh, okay.
sorry, I missed that.
Okay, wait here. All right, wait. Let me play this again. All right, here, let's see if you can hear it. Here it is.
I think so. Look, I was a senator for 370 years.
I got nothing.
How about Nat? You didn't hear that?
No, I got nothing.
Oh gosh. All right. He said he was a senator for 370 years.
Well, the night before when he was in Scranton, I don't know if you watched that, and he said he was vice president for 36 years.
That's right. He did.
And nobody went, Time out.
I told you he's a
It's
vampire.
maximum-
He's like a vampire. He's living. He's on his sixth or seventh centennial or whatever. I don't know.
Yeah, he's walking up to little children going, "You want to smell your hair?"
That's it. Oh, look at what you did there. You did it.
Say what I did there.
Good.
But anyway, CNN was, as I said, carrying water, because I don't know if you watched afterwards. When it ends, most people tune out. That's when I tune in to see what the water carriers are going to do.
Yeah.
And CNN had a panel. So CNN's panel is all lathered up
Right.
after this.
Yeah.
And this is a short compilation of what they said.
Okay.
This was not a presidency in crisis. There's this right-wing myth that, he's just kind of out of it and he's not really running things. That shattered tonight. It was a guy truly in command of the presidency.
He seemed to have unusually good command of the data. He was spitting a lot of facts.
He has been very engaged.
I can't believe these people take a check for being journalists.
I do. That seems about par for the course. I mean, maybe because maybe nobody was watching, and they were going to tune into those programs. They were going to tune in after he was done for the post. Like, they didn't want to hear anything he said. They just want to go to CNN afterwards and all these other places afterwards to hear what the spin is, because that's what they're going to go for. They don't want to hear him actually speaking. They just want the spin. That's my theory.
I tune in because it's like the same reason people watch auto racing, for the wrecks.
Yeah.
You know, I watch for Joe to stumble and mumble and fumble and bumble, and that's fun for me. And I was not disappointed last night.
Yeah.
He forgot stuff. That I think this is the one about the ports where he forgot Long Beach. Let's see. I think it is.
Okay.
30% of all products coming into the United States of America on the West Coast go through Los Angeles and
oh boy,
what am I doing here?
Is it Long Beach?
Long Beach. Thank you.
Yes. Thank you.
Save him.
Anderson Cooper is throw out a lifeline. Throw out a lifeline. Joey is sinking today.
Oh gosh.
And then, I've been noticing, and I said this yesterday on the little radio show I do, that Biden's got a cough. And I think we should be worried about it as Americans. And it comes up all the time. It's through a lot of it. And now he's kind of making sense with the Beavis and Butthead thing, if you put it all together.
Yeah.
So I've been saying that on the radio, and I don't know if anyone at Laura Ingram's show listens to my rantings and ravings, but they went through the 90 minutes last night and put together a cough montage. Here it is.
Go ahead.
Community colleges that dealing with apprenticeships, teach you the skill. So I think we can get all of that done.
State University.
Stop my administration. That's what the agenda is. What we do to highways and all that kind of thing, hard data. And I went before the joint session of Congress.
I thought he was Irish. I really thought Joe Biden was Irish, but apparently he's Flemish.
Oh, wait, hold on. What did you do there? Did you hear that? I gave you a drum roll. Did you hear that?
Yeah, I did. Thank you. Yeah, I don't know why that works, but I can't hear the clip here.
I don't know. By the way, that's the other thing. And then Dave Rubin brought up something on his little show there about the fact that why is everything sponsored by Pfizer? Did you hear that? Have you heard that? No, listen to this. Listen.
Good Morning America is brought to you by Pfizer.
CBS Health Watch sponsored by Pfizer.
Anderson Cooper 360. Brought to you by Pfizer.
ABC News Nightline. Brought to you by Pfizer.
Making a difference. Brought to you by Pfizer.
CNN Tonight. Brought to you by Pfizer.
What's going on here? Why is everything sponsored by Pfizer?
I don't know. I'm surprised they don't have like a Fauci mascot running around all the events too. With a Pfizer jersey on.
Yeah.
He's going to be. We're now going to have, like, sports teams have mascots. These news channels are going to have mascots, and they'll have the Fauci Pfizer Jabber. He'll be out there. They'll call him Jabber. He'll Hey, Jabber, come here. It's Jabber.
Is that next at sporting events? We're going to have the regular mascot, and then Jabber comes out behind him just to remind everybody to get.
Yeah, that's it.
Yeah, and by the way, speaking of the Fauci, now are we all convinced that he lied? Can we say this now? That why is it that Democrats, Joe Biden, Fauci, all these libs, Fauci, Biden, Attorney General Merrick Garland, all of these people are all like, come and get us. We're just going to lie to you right to your face. And now are we convinced that the Fauci lied about the NIH and the funding and that story? I mean, you have that, right?
Yeah, well, the NIH told us that the whole the Bravo Sierra that we were being fed about, we didn't give any money to gain a function. We gave it to the guy who gave it to the guy.
Right.
That's we had the arm's length transaction on this. This is like a mob deal. But the Rand Paul John Kennedy connection on this. I have a little clip from that if you don't mind.
Go.
You gave them money and you said, don't do gain of function research.
Correct.
And they said, we won't.
Correct. Dr. Fauci, do you still support funding of the NIH funding of the lab in Wuhan? Senator Paul, with all due respect, you are entirely and completely incorrect that the NIH has not ever and does not now fund gain of function research in the Wuhan Institute.
He has to be fired. He's the highest paid government employee in the country.
Yep.
He has to be fired for lying.
Yeah.
And I tell you to go back. I don't know if you've done this. There's an 8-minute piece from Jim Jordan in I think it was late July, where he did a timeline of Fauci's emails from starting on January 31st, 2020. So we're going back almost 2 years, when Fauci got notice that the virus was not naturally occurring.
Right.
And he went into overdrive to cover his hindquarters. And the timeline is just an indictment of this guy. Why he still has a job is unreal to me. You look at all the lack of accountability. Remember, last night there were no questions on Afghanistan, by the way. Amazing how that never got brought up.
Well, because
no
it's not
accounting.
a thing.
No, it's not. But no accounting on accountability on Afghanistan, no accountability on the supply chain crisis, no accountability on what's going on with Fauci and gain of function and China. And don't even get me started on China. China, again, the NBA has now started again, but you can't watch a Boston Celtics game in China because they said something that offended the dictator. And the dictator did what dictators do. They shut off the Boston Celtics games in China. We did this a year ago with LeBron James and the Houston Rockets not getting their games aired. I don't understand why we're letting China get away. We got to draw the connection between Fauci and China and Wuhan, and all of this has to but it's not going to, because we're too busy bankrupting the country and turning us into a Soviet-style nation.
Yeah.
Got to try harder not to suck.
Yeah, there you go.
That's it.
That is it. That is Senator
Although-
Kennedy. Yeah.
Although Kamala would dispute that.
She would dispute what?
Senator Kennedy's advice. I'm just saying, let it go. Let it go. It'll come to you later. Jake is laughing now. Some of the people are laughing right now. They got it.
It's over my head. It's okay. Anyway,
it's actually below the table, but don't worry, it's below the belt. not
Okay,
over
we
your
gotta
head.
go. All right, that is it. Mike Opelka, pureopelka.com. You'll hear from him next week. He's going to be filling in for me a couple of days, which will be fun, exciting, and who knows what else, or what other trouble, or what other fun, what other things will be taking place.
That'll be a baking competition.
Really?
Yeah, no.
Okay.
But I like to make up stuff.
Please don't. We've got a government full of that. We don't need you to do anything.
Just following along. Demand accountability, people. Stand up, find what's right, and do it.
Yes. All right. We'll see you. We'll see you next week. All right. There he goes, everybody. Mike Opelka, pureopelka.com. Let's find out how the remainder of the forecast is shaping up for this weekend with Week News meteorologist Casey Sherman.
Happy Friday. Another warm and more humid day today as temperatures climb back to near 90 degrees after a pleasant start to this morning. We will have to look out for some isolated areas of rain and perhaps even some thunderstorms south of the river today. Collier-Lee County will have the best chance of seeing that.